were, bro. They bounty hunter.
I was 09 cheating. How is that cheating?
Targeting ain't cheating?
Do we know for a fact that Greg Williams is the only defensive person in the entire National Football League?
Fisher. Jimbo Fisher
I got a
was
few
one
dollars.
too.
I got a few
Jimbo
dollars
Fisher.
to do this, and that. Come on, man. Let's keep it.
Okay, so but they got caught though. Like you can't.
Okay,
you can't do that. Just like we was just talking about with Sterling. That
ain't nowhere near cheating. That ain't nowhere near cheating as far as.
I think that's just physical football.
That's not making you. Yeah, that's not making no advantage.
I mean,
that's not an advantage.
You know what they're saying it is, Ragu? The reason they call it cheating.
We finna fuck this dude up. That's all that is.
No, F this dude up and targeting is two different things. All right, what up? Welcome to the All Grind Sports Show. We are politically incorrect. I go by the name of JC, and I'm here with my wonderful co-hosts and brothers and OGs. We ready to, you know what I'm saying, get an update on this NBA free agency, man. Talk a little hoops today and get up out of here. Even though Dre probably ain't gonna believe me, but that's the plan.
You should have never said that.
But anyway, man, you know, thank y'all for tuning in the way y'all have been. Make sure y'all continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with us, and we appreciate that. So that being said, let's get right to it. First off, we got my guy who's ecstatic because of that background behind him. And I also think the reason why a lot of y'all niggas didn't show up today, I'm just playing with y'all, but I know deep down that's why a lot of y'all niggas didn't show up. But anyway, my youngin from the So Icy gang, tatted like a biker gang, my guy Andre the Sports Junkie. What up?
It's Tuesday today. I feel like I'm missing something. What the hell am I? Oh, it's Podcast Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Go. Jesus Christ, it's been too long.
Better act like you know.
Man.
And then we got the great, the OG in the building, man. One of the most brilliant sports minds I know. Raider Ragu of the Day Follow from Burners podcast.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the intro, man. And I am ready, fired up.
Man, you look all spiffy today.
And I see my guy next milestone is the 700. So make sure y'all go subscribe to the Follow from Burners. Rapidly growing. Y'all want to get there before he hit 1K. Because once he hit 1K, he gonna hit that thing about 3-4 times quick. And you want to say you was there first. You remember when the channel was this. So go get it now.
Yeah, man.
Get it while the getting is good.
Yeah.
I'm glad for you, Ragu. You really did start from scratch, and it took a little bit, but then you got it up and running.
Yeah, started from the bottom, baby. Now we here organically too. You know what I mean? We didn't buy nothing. We didn't pay for nothing.
That's another thing.
To hear a Drake quote from the OG is crazy. Never thought I'd see the day.
I like that song. Man. That was a real, you know.
One of the few, I'm sure. One of the very
few today.
If you ever been, you know what I'm saying, started something at the bottom, pause, and then, you know, got somewhere with that, you know, you would understand that is a great song that he came with. Yes, sir. And I'm not anti-Drake. Not anti-Drake. You know, he just lost a rap battle, bro. That's all.
I think most, let me not speak for everybody. I think like half of everybody in Cali that's been riding on Drake, basically, I think is mostly we're just sticking up. Not me, but they just sticking up for the West Coast more so than how much they hate him. That just happens to, you know, coincide with it a little bit at this moment.
Yeah.
Like DeRozan, for example, how he said, like, man, like, I was wondering where his head was at, but he claims that, you know, it ain't nothing against Dre. It was nothing. He was just riding for the city. So,
you know. Hey, there's something missing, Ragu. You're missing something. Let's see. You got the nice suit. You got the amazing hat, the beautiful background. You're missing a joint in your alcohol. What's going on?
He at work, man. He can't do that.
Oh,
if he was at the tilt, oh yeah, for sure.
I'm at the office. Yeah.
Looking like a GM.
See, you look at the torch right there, back there, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The fire that burns brightest is the will to win, according to Mr. Al Davis. Just wants to get that in there.
That's how that's how you're approaching your podcast. You're all your Raiders, all burners. You're like, I'm aiming to win.
Yep. And you know, I truly feel like you can get something from the channel that all the other cats you're not going to get that everywhere. So that's what motivates me to keep going as well, man. And you guys, you know what I'm saying? So it's all good, man.
I also told JC, like, just from doing all these shows over recent years, what's kind of cool is now when I like do something on my blog or announce something on my reel, I use that and interpretate it into my blog. Like, oh yeah, I can use that word. Yeah. That's a much better word.
And also, I had a moment too, man. You know, rest in peace to the young guy, Kyrie Jackson.
Oh yeah,
lost his life. It was I felt a way because I knew who that kid was immediately. And not because I follow Oregon football or nothing, but it was because I covered the NFL draft like a real journalist, bro. So I knew everybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? And when they said his name, I'm like, oh my God, the corner. You know what I mean? Like I knew exactly who they was talking about. And it was a tragic event, but that was like a moment for me, man, where I felt like a real fucking sports journalist because I immediately knew who that kid was. He's not in my market. My team didn't draft him. But I knew who he was because I covered the draft thoroughly.
Y'all see what y'all getting over there. Follow from Burners. Go get it.
Yes, sir. Man.
That being said, go ahead. Speaking of DeRozan, who I just brought up, looked like he took Dot advice and said, you know, glad he came home, didn't deserve him neither. And he came to the state. Chicago was finally able to find a suitor. He went to Sacramento. I believe it was a 76 for 3, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it was some other incentives that I might be missing. But DeRozan is on Sacramento. From what I was hearing, Fox was putting pressure on the front office to get something done, get somebody over here, get them some help. Let's start on this because there's a few layers to this. But what are y'all thoughts on DeRozan to Sac?
Honestly, I think that'll be at first it was like a whoa, didn't see that one coming kind of thing. But then now that I'm looking at it, like they got a young De'Aaron Fox, they got a couple of young guys on that squad, which I think he'll fit his role will fit right in with that team.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to lead by example.
The hope, I guess, is some more firepower. The chemistry part of it, we gotta, remains to be seen. We know that it is De'Aaron's team, and then how he fits in with Sabonis and all those other guys is yet to be seen. But on the surface, this feels and looks like a good pickup for them. Veteran dude averaged damn near 25 points last year. I had to look that up first because I was about to start talking shit. But shit, man, he averaged 24.
He's been averaging like a quiet. He's been averaging like a quiet 20 to 25. Damn near his whole career. It seemed like that's why he got as many points as he do. And we'd be like, what? He got how many?
This past season, Ragu, when I was updating the statistical side on my blog, and I got to Chicago, it seemed like every single night he was hitting 20, 25, and then on that rare night when he didn't, I'd be like, what? Am I reading that correctly?
I ain't gonna lie. The stats jumped out at me. I was expecting to see 14 points instead of 24.
I mean, as far as his value, that's what it seemed like. But
it does. It does, points, bro. 34 years old, gonna be 35 when the season starts. They signed him to a how many year deal?
3 years.
He's gonna be a little bit old on that last year, making that as a 38-year-old. But I think, practically speaking, 35, 36 years old. Keep his minutes managed. Should be a good pickup for them. It should equal out.
I'm telling you, he's going to be a good veteran.
8 to 10 wins, maybe, over the course of a season.
Probably. So you're saying they'll be in that middle of the pack, not like of the West, basically, like in that 4, 5, 6, maybe.
I was just gonna say it could get you to that home series though in the first round. You see you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like I think
Sacramento, no slouch, bro. So,
no, they're
not.
I
mean, I feel like even though I got my thoughts on DeFrozen, it can't make them worse. I feel like than what they were last year. So,
and if we being honest, JC, they had our number.
They did during the season for sure. We didn't beat them, did we?
No.
Yeah.
If we did, I don't remember. Shit.
Yeah.
And old boy went off just about every time. So
I don't know how much of a
don't have an answer for him.
I don't know how much of a chance money wise there was for this, but he apparently chose. It looks like he chose Sac over the Clips and the Lakers of
smart move.
Truly coming home, not just being in Cali. What do y'all think the thought process was behind that? Was it just money, or
honestly, I think that this because I feel like he already has money where he's set. I think this was more of. I feel like this is more of him like, okay, I'm getting a little older in my career. Yeah, I'm getting that, and I'm getting a little older in my career, and I kind of want to go back home.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why, but I'm not. But he didn't come all the way home, though. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
They did say he wanted to be in Cali, but he still some ways away.
I'm gonna say it like this, JC. After and a little bit of the pop out is entering my thought process in this. A little too many hangers on and whatnot at the actual crib. You know what I'm saying? So he's actually in LA. Might get himself into trouble.
He might have ran from the pressure.
Not the pressure. I think the friends and family, bro. Like I want to be close,
but not that damn close.
Right. I don't want to be every single night.
You need to be close enough to me to where I'm willing to fly you out to the game, not you just bugging me because you down the street. You know what I'm saying? Because you
not just games, other shit too. You know what I mean? You find yourself in situations and shit with old friends and all that. Yeah. You're like, man, you know what? I'm in Cali, but I'm not down in SoCal. And whenever, that's just a one-off day away, and he can go, come to the house and visit or whatever. When he couldn't do that in Chicago, so.
For that reason, he couldn't have been drafted to a better place. Then this nigga went to a whole nother country on the opposite side of the country.
Yeah, probably good for him. Probably was good for him. But I think that's it. And I don't know the Rosen or nothing like that. But if it was me, I would be thinking like that. Like, man, you know what? I want to go home, man, but I don't want to deal with all these folks. So I'm gonna go to the Bay.
You're gonna get one of those. You're gonna get those people that just show up out of nowhere. Remember when we were 10? What the hell?
Exactly. When you at the house, you get all that, bro. So yeah.
And also didn't want to play with LeBron. No, I'm playing. Go ahead.
And then you don't want to go to. You don't want to go to Golden State.
Gary, you actually just segued in a way.
I mean,
so this already there. So this offseason for the Lakers roster, no Valanciunas, no DeJounte, no Clay, now no DeRozan, no Donovan Mitchell, no Chris Paul, no Trae Young, and then Gary Trent Jr. even just signed to Milwaukee. And I don't believe we acquired anybody of actual
use.
I guess you could say NBA
use
service, right? In this offseason thus far outside of the draft. My question to y'all is, Do y'all feel, because Bron has won rings, but I've noticed over the course of his career, there has been quite a few times where certain stars had a chance to play with him and they were like, I'm cool. Do y'all feel like
saying that for nothing?
Do y'all feel like it takes a particular kind of superstar to play with LeBron?
Yes.
Maybe like
in a nutshell, yes. You have to be
like a Kyrie type.
You got to be comfortable in your skill set and your place in the league to where you're not worried about, LeBron can't damage your image or whatever in the league, and your skill set when you get out there is going to speak for itself. So in that way, man, older guys, I don't think would want to play on LeBron's team because it's LeBron's team. And, you need to fill a role. We don't need you to come in here and trying to do you. We need you to fill a role, and here's your role, bro. You can't do that? I don't need you. So, yeah, bro. It takes a certain type of individual. I really was hoping Valanciunas would have made his way to LA. But, it is what it is, bro. And a lot of basketball dudes already feel like it'd be suckers anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of soft. And I don't really like using this word, but like a diva with that type of behavior, bro. So, yeah, I bet you got guys that be hating on playing with them. And yes, it does take a certain type of individual.
And I mean this not just for 40-year-old Bron. I'm saying even in his prime or even Cleveland days, it seemed like they've always kind of shied away from playing with him. And then when he did finally play with a bona fide superstar, top 5 player, which was Wade, like you said, he has that aura to him to where it's like, you can't tell me spit. Like I won a ring already. I won a finals MVP. I know who the F I am. I'm secure in who I am. You know what I mean? Anthony Davis was kind of like a forced situation. You know what I mean? Between his agent and Bron. Like they kind of forced that situation. And not to mention they have completely different roles. Like literally couldn't be further from together. So maybe that's why that was able to work out a little better.
Because let me say it like this, JC. The third guy. It maybe ain't as bad to come be the second guy with LeBron, especially
that's a perfect way to put it. Yep.
Yeah. Especially if you're in a different role, like how AD, what the Lakers need him to do is totally different from what they need LeBron to do. And he's just a second guy. Now you talk about a third guy that's been a guy in this league, right? Doing him. Now I gotta come and pause and curtail my game. You gotta be Chris Bosh. You feel me? That's the tough one. He ain't really been able to find that Bosh, bro.
And the trade-off is like you said, usually that third guy, you have to accept being, first of all, that you're going to even be a third guy, but you're not going to be a third guy who's like still going to be like, not too much of a drop-off type spit. You're going to have to impact in other ways that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet. And you have to be, it takes a far more huge sacrifice than it does for the second guy, even. You know what I mean? Wade was still able to average his little 25 every year. Like we said, AD has a completely different role, so he's able to still get his shine on. But when you're talking a DeRozan, when you're talking to, I know Clay's not in his prime no more, but when you're talking to Clay, maybe that's partially what it was. It's like, you niggas is really finna just have me sit out in a corner and just wait until I get the ball. Maybe that's not a role everybody necessarily wants to play. Kevin Love accepted it. Chris Bosh partly accepted it,
and they got a ring out of it.
I was about to say that the trade-off is okay. Like, there's more winning, but my legacy is gonna look a lot differently, and they're in all honesty kind of shaded in what their contribution to the sport was. You don't really hear about Toronto, Bosch, Minnesota, Love, which makes sense. You know, they weren't winning, but for people to completely forget, like, oh no, he was a dog over there. At least if you retire without a ring, people still know, like, I mean, he was a dog. He just never had the team to get one. Now it's like, okay, like, you won, but people not only are they going to forget about what you've done, they're going to just act like you might as well have been, you know, like what's a good example? I don't know. I don't feel like people look at Bosch much differently than they did like at Shane Battier or Mike Miller, which is unfortunate. You know what I mean?
Not no real hooper, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you feel me? Yeah, but I understand where you're coming from too, though. Because look at this. This is the point I was going to make. I don't want to interrupt you. Bosch, let's take Bosch, for example. He's got to come over to Miami and be what he had 2 or 3 guys in Toronto doing for him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, filling in the little stuff that he didn't do or whatever in Toronto as the man. He's got to come over and be that for LeBron and Wade. And that's a tough deal for a motherfucker that was averaging 20 and 10.
It's much easier said than done, to say the least. Even if Bosch says
special player. Yeah, it takes a special human being to be like, okay, I'm gonna humble myself.
Even Clay, when KD went over there to Golden State and they was asking Clay about it, you remember what that nigga said? He said, I ain't sacrificing spit. F you talking about, nigga. I'm getting my shot. I don't know what sacrifice. Nigga, I'm gonna be here. I'm finna hit. When I touch the ball, this is what I'm finna do. That was Clay's attitude, and that's pretty much what you said when you first started off on your point. You gotta have that mentality. And you see how that worked out for them.
And you got to be established in the hearts and minds of the league already, bro, as what you are. So it don't matter what happens when you play with LeBron. Like, he's still that guy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be that. You got to have that established already, man. And, you know, AD hadn't won anything, but they had won in Kentucky. Everybody knew he was, you know, the big man, the young big man that was the guy. So that was a whole different thing. Getting a third guy, you see, has been a challenge. They tried Westbrook. That shit didn't work out. Nobody else is willing to come, bro. And I'll be honest, too, JC. Cole had the same problem. There was rumblings of motherfuckers not wanting to fucking Cole.
Oh, okay. So that's even the second option.
Like, nobody.
But what I will say,
I feel like Cole pushed too hard. So people didn't, you know, hey.
I think I like that you brought up Westbrook, because now that you say that, I'm thinking, damn, was that the nail in the coffin of a third guy coming to play?
The league like C? League like C?
Was that the nail in the coffin of we cool on that switch? Because Westbrook, people forget, Westbrook was fresh off of averaging a triple-double every season before that. Not only did he average a triple-double, it was a more convincing triple-double than his MVP season. This was like a 11-11 triple-double type split. Like,
not
convincingly.
He broke the triple-double record one season too, so
and people forget if I'm not mistaken, he took a trash team and got them to an 8 seed that season too. Washington wasn't on switch, so
they weren't as good a team for sure.
So that's the Westbrook that we got, and we made him look damn near unplayable.
Yeah,
at times.
Right.
It's Darvin Ham too.
Here we go.
All right. You know. Because it seems like a good coach would have figured that shit out, bro. This is Russell Westbrook.
You're just not smart. I don't think you were just.
You can't do a coach can't do spit about play style necessarily all the time. Sometimes yes, but there's some times where it's like I could do my best that I can with these fits, but the coach can only do so much if you two just don't mesh together. Now, in that case, maybe give Westbrook more, and this is what I was suggesting at the time. Let Westbrook get more, time with players that are not Bron. You know what I'm saying? Let him run more with that second unit, which they tried at some point.
They did.
You know what I mean? Like there was times where Westbrook would be out there with the starting unit, and he's just running around trying to pick his spots and just find an open shot. It's like, bro, that's not Westbrook's game. You know what I'm saying? He tried, but that's not him. So, I feel like even what he's doing for the Clips now was more suited better for him than what he was doing when he was on this side.
With the Clippers, he has the feel of a legitimate PG when he's out there.
But the fact that like even guys who aren't necessarily guys, like we're missing out on an old Clay, we're missing out on Buddy Hield, we're missing out on Valanciunas. It's like even these niggas is like Valanciunas might have been going for the money. I don't know if we were gonna give him 30, so let me not go too far off on that. But it just seems like it's been a struggle, even dating back to Cleveland, for him to get another guy to pair with him.
Third guy, or one guy.
Cleveland, one guy. And after that, he had Wade for a little bit, so that worked out. You had a third guy when you did the Cleveland thing, and Kyrie said, I'm cool on that split. And since then, he hasn't been able to do that. And he's had plenty of opportunities where people could have done that, and they chose not to. For whatever reason. Jerry, shut up.
Well, anything that makes the Lakers look bad, I'm all for it.
And then there's the sense of, and you kind of went over this briefly, JC, the impact thing, right? Like, say you go and you do win. It's LeBron's championship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't. Damn, Ragu, that's a good point. No matter how
if you took a pay cut to sacrifice, you took a minutes sacrifice, you took a
brand sacrifice,
and then you do win, and motherfuckers is like he did it. So what's the incentive to even?
AD was unequivocally the best player in the 2020 playoff run. I'm not saying the finals. In that playoff run, AD was without question. If you was watching that playoff run, AD was the best player. I still remember
his buzzer beater.
You don't even three-pointer? Right, exactly, against Denver.
Yeah.
You don't even hear niggas talk about AD in that run, bro.
See what I'm saying, bro?
At all.
Yeah, I remember that three. Big shot. Probably the last big shot a Laker has made.
Oh,
especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And kudos to you, by the way,
Kobe's on. Yeah, I still remember that shit.
Bro, that three was just sickening. And that was from the corner, too.
But that wasn't just that shot. AD balled in that series. Like
he did ball in the Western Final. He did, absolutely. And that's when I saw also, not to cut you off, Dre, that AD cannot guard Jokic. He's too big. He's too big. Pause. And that's why
he can't deal with Sabonis either. It's something about them Europeans, bro.
McGee and Howard came in handy that year because they were able to go down there and battle with Jokic and let AD do his thing. Yeah. Yeah, bro. And what do they do? Get rid of them too.
And then when you think about it too, even I can't remember
the coach.
I can't remember if it was 2021. No, I think it was 2022. Remember when Anthony Davis injured before he injured his ankle and was out for like 30 games plus?
Yeah,
bro was hitting like.
I don't remember because the nigga always out 30 games plus.
No, I remember he was MVP.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about that season?
Yeah, that season. Yeah. Damn, JC, you jumped too quick.
Let me say this too. Now, if I find out LeBron has something to do with them breaking up that 2020 20 squad, then I would look at him different. I look at that motherfucker different then. Because Gasol, that little reset they came with, bro, was ass. We already said this, right? We already said this on this show. So let me find out, Ron.
And there was also, do you remember when he got traded? When he went from Miami and then went back to Cleveland? Apparently, he had told Dwayne Wade, like, oh, yeah, like, this is like before Dwayne Wade even found out. Remember when they were at that dinner or lunch and he found out that Bron was being traded and he got up and just left?
D-Wade? I don't remember.
I just feel like LeBron has a part in every little thing right now, and I just don't want the Lakers organization to turn into the
I don't think Bron had nothing to do with the 2020 split. I explained what their thought process might have been behind that. And I wasn't even necessarily saying that like I full blown agreed with it or nothing like that. But I was just saying I can see the mentality of thinking like, let's get a little younger and run it back type split. But
you also got to realize too, JC, LeBron ain't getting any younger. You guys are going to have to start building for the future like now.
I looked at it as,
and I mean, do we know if we even had first dibs on Dwight? I mean, that playoff run got him paid. So I mean, do we even know how that conversation went? Like,
if I'm not mistaken, bro, I remember hearing that he wanted to come back, and the Lakers kind of either didn't offer or made one of them offers that really wasn't no offer. If I remember correctly, he would have come back.
But it's also possible, you gotta remember, he did a non-guaranteed contract, so he might have wanted a couple little extra marbles for like, I did this on a risk the whole year. Can y'all give me a little something on the back end? And maybe the Lakers was like, nah, nigga.
The Lakers they blew it. They should have given him something. Oh, I know he said he wants something on his back end. But, you know what I'm saying?
Especially for Dwight.
You said that. Somebody wanted something on the back end. Yeah, he probably
said
you know
that.
What I'm saying?
He said, did you hear how
hey, you know what? It's different when you hear it out loud. You know what I mean?
He said, you said it.
So, they should have gave him extra bread, bro. And
hearing the words Dwight and back end is crazy.
It is. I mean, what happened to let's run it back with the same team and see? What happened to that? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's ever...
Dallas tried that, and them niggas was too old. Get the F up out of here. That was a one and done.
They fucked around and found out. We could have. We lost anyway. Shit.
You saying at least run it back with that and just see.
He said shit.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
And JC, you're a stick some bitch. Let me tell you why. That whole thing you sent on the podcast on the group chat, the 1 hour NBA greatest like buzzer beaters or whatever it was, the fact that I was able to sit and watch that whole thing, just bro, I can't believe you. I was like, why did you send this? Now I'm about to watch this all day.
What did I send?
I think it was buzzer beaters.
Nah, that was Tyrell that sent. He said that was like a 5-hour video.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was you that sent it.
Nah, he sent it, and I was like, nigga, 5 hours.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, nigga, you need that. I gotta watch this in spurts.
Or
like when I'm on a flight or something, maybe. I got a flight this weekend. Maybe I could watch it then.
I've already done. I finished it. It took me. I started it at like 8 o'clock p.m. and I was done by literally.
That is
like
crazy.
midnight.
No, you know what? I actually did watch. I watched all of the 2023 buzzer beaters in 24. I did do that because they time stamped it. So I did watch 23 and 24, but I'm not watching no effing 5 hour buzzer beater video. The F out of here. This nigga got too much time.
I was like, they got that much buzzer beaters? I didn't even know there was that long.
Shout out to the person that put that together, man.
For real.
Sure. That's what people who need to, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate your
Brush
time,
up on their split, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why does nobody want Zach LaVine?
That's a good question.
That is a good point.
Glasses.
I mean, damn. I mean, you haven't heard anything about him being like a bad teammate or nothing, have you? Because he's been pretty clean as far as I know.
Not off the court.
Yeah, not off the court. Okay.
If that's what you mean.
Yeah, does he have shit going on or off the court that
I haven't really seen him contribute to winning basketball.
That's another. Yeah, that could be another.
But you look at the numbers and it's like, ooh, okay.
He still puts up.
Like somebody who don't know basketball, if they look at LaVine's numbers, they would think like, damn, he's pretty good. But
yeah, bro, I mean, this past season, he well, first off, real quick, from 2019 to 2023, 2022, 2023, he was averaging 24 plus points, and then last year he kind of took a slight dip, 19.5 in points.
Well, he was hurt. He was hurt most of last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but at the point is like his scoring efficiency.
Yeah, he only played 25 games.
Yeah,
but despite that, his scoring efficiency, rebound efficiency, and assisting efficiency is pretty damn good and pretty high.
He's only shooting 45%.
See, that's when we got to get off the nerd pages and just go off of what we see at a certain point. And I feel like every now and then the GMs try to act like they got some sense and they understand that aspect of basketball.
And they don't.
Like right now with Zach LaVine, now they got some sense because if you look at the numbers, you know what I'm saying, you would say, hey, this looks like a top 20, 25 player in the NBA. Mm-hmm. But no. The nigga don't play no defense.
Yeah.
That's true.
So you're trading off like half of that 23, 24 points anyway.
30-year-old career 46% from the field. So can't expect that to get better at this point, right?
I mean, not that 46 is necessarily bad for a guard.
Got 45% last year, so it's going in the wrong direction.
But we're in an era where everybody percentage is higher because ain't nobody playing no D. So
yeah, and that's his went down. And like you said, he's not a guy that plays, lockdown defense. So you got to, he's almost a guy out there chunking shots that doesn't play defense. Maybe that's it.
He might be more so of a guy who was like a scoring spark off the bench that hasn't accepted that role yet.
Yeah, because honestly, I mean, you can't expect you got to play some type of defense at some point, and I think that's one of his biggest lacklusters in his game. Is I feel, and not just him. I know there's a lot.
He just doesn't play when, but there's
his contract situation?
There's another sense to it too of like you just being a team player. And on the court, he is, from what I've seen, he's not a team-oriented guy. On top of not playing no defense. So,
well,
I feel like he's at a point where he should be like a spark off the bench or something like that, but I don't think he's accepted that that's what he is.
He doesn't know.
Still thinks he's that young guy still that can do everything.
You're always the last to know.
He was never that, but...
No, I know, but in his mind...
I get what you mean, though, yeah.
In his mind. And to answer your question, Ragu, he has 3 seasons left on his 5-year, $250 million extension.
That's why he has that contract.
He has 3 years left on a how much?
On a 5-year, $215 million deal.
There you go. Shit. Nobody got 40, right, for this guy?
Right.
40 per. 40
I didn't
per.
realize he got a payday that
45% from the field. Doesn't play defense. Only played 25 games last year, so we don't even know if he's gonna make it through the. No, Chicago, y'all stuck with that, bro.
Yep. They might have to bring that amnesty rule back.
Yeah, he's a good amnesty candidate. He's relatively young though. But I think they might be stuck with that one there. But NBA just got new money too, so that's gonna look regular here in the next 2 years. That's gonna be a regular deal.
Nah, it's crazy.
They just got $76 billion.
I'm tripping off of like I ain't gonna say easy, but how more normal it's gotten to touch a hundo. That used to be for guys. Like,
Man,
you were a
JC.
guy if you touched a hundo back in the day. I remember when Joe Johnson went on that run against the eventual champion Celtics in the 08 season. And they surprised everybody. Nobody expected Atlanta to, give them a run for their money the way they did and take them to 7. And I remember he signed a hundo off of that. And people was tripping on that. When Joe signed a hundo, that was like damn, y'all paid him that back then. And he was
I remember when KG first got, I want to say he was the first one to get a hundo.
To get a hundo?
Yeah. 100 plus. Might have been
I think I do
before
remember
him.
reading up on that or something. What was the reaction at the time?
Like, whoa, shit, 100 for the kid? It was a big deal. And then Diesel, when he left Orlando to come to LA, he got 100 plus. Okay. There was a couple more dudes in there that got 100.
Look at the names you're saying. These are first ballot guys.
Right, which is your point.
Ooh.
You used to have to be a guy. Now you can get 200 and be just a, you're a guy.
You can be not a top 25 player in the league and touch close to 200.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember?
It's really going to be like that now with the new deal. Juwan Howard got that 105. That's what it was. Everybody was like, "What?
Juwan got 100?"
Yes, man.
Yep.
Nah, ain't no way.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did 105. I want to say 7 years, 105.
So I know niggas was talking spit when that happened.
Bro.
He was the first 100 million.
I remember niggas was talking spit when when Kemp left Seattle, and I think Cleveland gave him 84 or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that too. And he never was Sean Kemp either. There, never.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's when he was. Well, shout out to Sean Kemp.
And but niggas was crying about that though. 84.
I mean, I was like, he was worth it if he had been the Kemp that had just played in the '96 finals, but he wasn't that. He, you know what's up, Sean, what you was doing, but he wasn't that guy that was in Cleveland that shitted on Rodman in the finals and had your package around his earlobe and shit. He wasn't that. He wasn't that guy. Hey, Kemp was, man. MJ was 1A, Kemp was 1B in that series.
Yeah,
hell yeah. Kemp, that's how he got that 100 from that series, bro. I'm telling you. The Bulls couldn't do nothing with Sean Kemp. You could, you could go back and look. I was gonna say you could ask them. Go back and look at that finals. They didn't have no answer for Sean Kemp.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do that eventually.
They just, didn't have no answer.
And disclaimer again.
Disclaimer
again. Ragu's here this time, but we gave it last week. We talking about bread in the construct of cap space. So we're not trying to take nobody bread away.
An era of
exactly
of bread. Yeah. I'm
relative too.
Glad you mentioned that. Yeah. Also, I got a question for both.
Okay.
This is a side bar. All right.
They follow from Burners. That stepped in the building. Let's go.
You say, you have cats say, "Oh yeah, man, I'm a fan. I've been a fan long time. I've been a fan." Blah blah blah. We won all these championships. Like a guy like Drake, for example, in New England. All right. My question is, when are you eligible to say you're a fan of the team? Like what age?
I don't understand the question.
You only got a certain amount of time of however old you are, right? That's your only eligibility of rooting for sports as long as you've been on the planet, right?
Yeah,
but what is the eligibility for when you can first say you down with a team and kind of, ride with that?
When honestly, for me, it would be like once they start to deteriorate. So, but I mean, if you were rocking with them, see, that's a good question.
I don't think you don't understand the question. Hold on.
You're talking about like age.
Yeah.
Like what age? I would honestly say maybe. I can honestly say it's a true fan, maybe early to mid 30s, but
wow.
For me,
wow,
I'm still a fan regardless, and I'm almost 30. I'm 4 years away.
Well, Drake, I think what he's asking is what age. I think basically, what age are you eligible to say you're a fan of a team, right?
See, he's taking a question like how my brother did, because I posed this to my brother too. I'm not saying when you totally understand the game and all that, like how pro sports works and your roster, the movement, and the actual gameplay itself. None of that shit. None of that. I'm saying where you can actually remember guys.
Kind
of expect who to be out there when your team takes the field or court or diamond or rink. Mm-hmm. When can you say, at what age you'd be like, man, I've been a fan since then? Like at some point you was just walking through and seeing the shit on TV, bro. Your pops or whoever was watching. Moms, whoever. But when can, as an individual, what's your eligibility age of?
So what are you saying at the time that you were watching, but you hadn't chose yet? You can't claim that time as a fan?
You can't. You weren't you weren't a fan. You hadn't declared.
Well, I guess you answering your own question then whenever you declared, I guess. But I would say if you were watching, if you were a part of those moments, if somebody asked you your favorite team and that's what came out your mouth, pause. I think that's I think that would be when. Because I don't remember, like, to be honest, who remembers the exact moment when they said to themselves, I'm a fan of this team. Usually it's just naturally, it's like a natural thing that you just feel.
I understand you're 100% right with that, but with me and the Raiders, I know the day. With me and the Dodgers and Lakers, you are correct.
Yeah, that's because you switched sides, nigga. So that's why you know the day.
All right. So you know that when you became a Ram fan, right? You didn't already said that.
Yeah, because I was a grown man.
I ain't talking about that. When would you say? What age did was a Laker fan?
What age do I say?
Can you remember saying, "Hey, these are my guys"?
That's the thing. Like, what the age that I tell people if they ask me, I say like 7 or 8. But it honestly could have been before that. Like, I just don't remember exactly. I know I was watching Lakers stuff far before that, but that's when I remember being like full-blown tuned in, driving through parades, looking at the screen outside Staples. Like,
the number you just gave me is the number I'm looking for. The number that you just gave me is my answer, is the question. You said 7, 8?
If somebody asks me, I usually say since, I say 20-something years. So, like 25 years, 20, whatever that age was.
I said Dodgers because Lakers because I know that's the team that you go back farthest with. Dre, I don't know about what team you go back farthest with, but I know you say you're only 26 years old, so you only have 26 eligible years.
I think I know where you're going.
Of those 26, where would you say you picked up? Who would you say you've been a fan of the longest? What sport?
Can I tell you like the date, the situation, what happened and everything?
The moment? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, mine.
Hold on. Time out. Nigga, not everything, because nigga,
I know.
You know too many sports, nigga. So
just one.
We'll give you the disgusting franchises of Pats, the Celtics with 3 Ks, and them Giants, because I want to hear that story anyway. You can do those.
The San Francisco Giants.
Mine is actually.
I forgot about that shit.
Don't worry, we'll be great one day.
You're all screwed up. my
They'll
God.
be great one day. We have 3 World Series. But no, I'm gonna start New England because that one for me was just it the way it came about. It was 2000, the year we played Philadelphia, so that was the 04-05 season, and that was the year Rodney Harrison made the game-winning interception midfield moments after Donovan McNabb was dry heaving in the huddle. So I was about 2004, 2005. I'm 26 right now. Gosh, that was making me do math.
You were 5.
Yeah. Oh, yep. And that's because and my mom had asked me, it was because I became a fan because the jersey at the time, it was Brady versus McNabb at Walmart. And my mom's like, well, who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl? And I went with TB12 and the jersey, the color, not because of TB12, but because of the color. And then that's when I really sunk into him, and I've been a fan ever since. And we haven't been good for 4 or 5 years, and I'm still here. So I was with them. I was with them when they were winning, and I'm gonna be with them when they're losing. But also,
that's exactly what I'm looking for, Dre. You remember the Philadelphia Super Bowl game you was 5 years old. Are you going off memory or are you going off YouTube?
No, that's off of strict memory. I was at my grandma's house when we watched that game.
Well, you couldn't have been living with my grandma. 5 years old. Yeah, you couldn't have been no more than 5 years old.
But also to your point too, Ragu, you got to realize too, me, you, JC, and Isaiah, we come from an era where when you were a fan, you weren't a fan of 20 teams. You were a fan of one, and you rocked with them with them.
No doubt.
The era today,
I'm more thinking about JC's number, man. When I go back, way back that long ago, about 7, bro, for Dodgers, Raiders, and Lakers, because I kind of looked up the teams and the names of the guys, and it was about when I was 7 years old that I start to the guys that I remember in my mind are on those rosters for the Dodgers and the Lakers and the Cowboys, which I've said.
But see, even with Dodgers, I couldn't tell you an exact, even though we didn't have no chips at the time, during that era. But with the Dodgers, I remember going to 1 million Dodgers games. I was going to Dodger games, and I wasn't even going to Laker games yet. So again, it was just like an organic, natural thing. I had a Dodger visor. I had, I had Dodger gear. That was just naturally that was home. So I just always rode with the Dodgers, even though I wasn't a super baseball fan. But I knew if somebody asked me who I'm rolling with, it was the Dodgers. So, the Lakers is a little more, well, I ain't gonna say a little more, it's a lot more intimate. And because of the way the Rams situation happened, that's more intimate because I was waiting my whole life for LA to get a team. We got a team, and I always said when LA finally gets an NFL team, whoever that is going to be my new team. I've been saying that since I was a kid, basically.
Now, what if it was the Patriots?
Unfortunately, and I told Ragu and Isaiah this, it wouldn't have mattered who it was. When they were talking about the Raiders for hella years, they never came for whatever reason, but the Raiders was always the talk. So I was already trying to low key learn the Raiders. I remember trying to learn the Raiders a little bit just in case type shit. You know what I mean? But they never actually ended up, coming back to the city. So
now look how far I've broken this down. There are variables. All right, and this would affect your fandom, I would think. Older siblings, right? So, JC, you didn't have that. Dre, you don't have older siblings. You're the oldest or the only child?
Yeah.
All right, see, so that makes you 5 years old, and I hope that you not mixing shit that you learned later with when you actually.
He is, but it's good, Ragu.
I mean, I
kind of think so too. You had a little too much detail for a fucking 5-year-old about what happened in a football game. But anyway,
I just remember, bro. And also, if you don't forget too, before that Super Bowl was played,
I didn't even see Donovan McNabb throwing up in the huddle like that. They told you that, Oh, somebody told you that,
bro. They also
you didn't see that.
Also, Terrell Owens playing with a broken foot when he had to put a steel plate.
I remember that.
I remember these.
It was his leg. His leg.
Whatever broken. It was, nigga. He played with something broken. It still had over a hundo.
And he would have won MVP if they had won that game.
Yeah.
God,
and I was actually. It's funny enough. I was going against Philly just the series before that because I was riding with Vic. I wanted them niggas to lose. So I think when the Super Bowl came, I might have been riding with T.O. just because I was rooting for him and how people was talking about him and spit like that. So I might have been going for him. I really don't fully remember. But I know for sure I was going against them niggas the series before that because Vic was my guy. Even though I never officially declared the Falcons were my team, but I effed with that squad though, for sure. I just felt like I always felt like because of the relationship I had with the Lakers, I felt like it took a certain something for you to say fan. You know what I mean? That's not a word I took lightly. So I never technically. You said what?
I thought you was going to say New England caught a stray as you not liking them just because you associate them with the Celtics as a Laker fan. That's what I thought.
I don't think I did. I think at that time I probably didn't yet because I probably didn't even know New England was Boston. Okay. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I don't remember how old I was, but I probably
keeping it 1 hour because that's
I probably didn't put that together yet at that time. Now, thank God I wasn't on that type of time because I would have been disgusted at myself later. But yeah, I felt like fan should be more like intimate. Like it wasn't just that simple. It was like I had a certain relationship with the Lakers. I was going to Dodger games. So it was like with those two, I can like say
as a genuine fan, all right, you need to have the starting lineup. Like even I don't give a fuck how long it is from when you first became a fan.
You need to know the starting lineup for when you became a fan?
I'm not going to say 100%
like that.
Your whole life, but you need to know, man, 50.
Let me try that real quick.
You need to know 60% of the starting team of the year you became a fan.
I'm going to try. Even though mine is easier.
Asante Samuel, Ty Law, Richard Seymour.
Nigga, Rodney you know Harrison. Research now. Let a nigga who remembers that era, that time.
I remember. I know all those players by heart. I can tell you our 2001 members.
Right, because you know it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we talk about what 90.
I remember reading these players I'm about to name. I remember reading their lineups in the newspaper back then. I don't know if you lived through the newspaper era, but I remember seeing these names in the newspaper.
That's a cold statement, man, right there. Damn. Certainly.
Oh, did I just make you feel even older?
Yeah, I grew up on the fucking newspaper. Taking the newspaper to school to look at the box score.
Yeah, I remember I convinced my mom to sign up for the Daily News when the newspaper guy came to our house, and I used to want to read it just to see the sports section every morning.
And I know I said this on one of these hundreds of episodes, 107 episodes that we've had, that I used to get the paper and when the NBA season was going, and every morning, bro, I would look to see who shot the most times, who took the most shots last night. And,
that's interesting.
I'll give you, so this is when I'm in high school. All right. So I don't even want to say the dates, but I'll tell you guys by the players. Bro, nearly every morning.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Worthy?
Hell no. Nowhere near. Worthy was a very efficient
player. Oh, what?
Worthy didn't take me.
I don't want to say who I'm thinking because I know he was more of a defensive guy. Is it Byron? Well, Byron came late.
No, not on the Lakers. Okay, see, you said Lakers. Okay. That's why you got it wrong. I'm saying in the league.
In the league.
I'm looking at the whole box score for the league last night.
Chamberlain? No, I'm playing.
I ain't that old.
That's dirty.
I ain't that old, bro.
That was a straight bet.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I gotta guess the whole league, and I'm guessing the time as well, so I don't want you to tell me the years.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go either Neek or Mark Aguirre.
Man, those are great. You're a basketball guy. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because these are names that would be there, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely, there were nights that Nick took the most shots, and it was nights that Mark took the most shots. But that ain't the guy that I'm looking for.
All right, one more guess.
Sure.
English.
Take as many guesses. You a basketball dude.
Oh, is that it?
Because that's not the guy I'm looking for, but he's one of the guys. He's one of the names. He would be. Alex English got his. He got his shots up, bro. No question.
For sure.
But you there. You know, JC. You just gotta.
I know. I'm probably gonna be mad when you say it.
You are gonna be mad. You gotta tap into the whole thing, I would say, bro, because you know who was shooting the basketball in that era. You know.
I'm just thinking the niggas I know had teams by themselves.
All right, that's good.
And I'm trying to stay away from the obvious names. That's why I'm like kind of thinking outside the box.
There's a name that's obvious that you can say. Say it. It's fucking obvious.
Not really. Well, you said not a Laker.
That ain't even the name that I'm thinking of. That's not the name that I wanted. But there's an obvious name. None of you have said.
Is it Pedal Long?
Is it who?
Pedal Long.
Who is that?
Damn.
I don't even know who
32 from Utah.
Oh, hey, no, dude was very efficient, man. A lot of them shots was layups from Stockton, and then free throws. So he didn't have a lot of attempts like that. Shots.
Jackson?
Neat, Aguirre. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, Drexler.
Hey, JC, I knew you would get it, bro. I knew just because of the role that you were on.
Yeah.
I knew that you would get it, bro. Hell of a guess. Hell yeah. Clyde Drexler, bro.
But the one before that was a great guess, too.
Shots per game every fucking night, bro. You can go back and look it up. You can go back and look at it. But the obvious guy I was talking about that y'all didn't say, MJ, baby. MJ got
been way too obvious, nigga. I wasn't gonna say that. I would have never said that name. You could have gave me 20 guesses. I wouldn't have said that name.
MJ got shots up. That's why I be tripping off people be trying to act like he wasn't no gun.
You know what it is? No, you know what it is though?
Gun.
I think it's because he was so efficient to where it's like you wouldn't think he took a lot of shots because then you automatically think maybe he missed a lot. But like, no, nigga, he made a lot.
He made half of them. He took a bunch of shots and he made half of them. Right. Not a lot of threes. You know what I mean? So a lot of that was driving to the cup and getting his, man. Yeah, Rex, bro.
But real quick, before we get back to regular schedule program, I do want to try to name my starting lineup in 2000. I guess it would be, or 99.
2000. Oh, I know.
You know?
I know by
okay, let me ask you this before I start. Was Fisher starting that first year?
So you saying when Phil is here or when Dale Harris is here? So let's clarify. Dale Harris coached the team 98, 99.
Right.
Got fired in the 99 portion of the season.
Okay.
And Phil came, obviously the season starts in the fall of 99 and then coached the 99-2000.
I'm going to go Phil's first official year. I'm going to just do that just for this sake.
All right. Now, yeah, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
So So not at first though. But yeah.
Well, I know it wasn't Lindsey Hunter, was it?
No, he came the next time.
Next year? Okay.
Yeah. Pause.
Nigga, you say it.
I know. It's me.
So I guess we can go.
So not at first with defense.
Tyronn Lue.
I'm doing the podcast.
Evan Fisher Cole.
Tyronn wasn't here yet.
Fisher Cole. Fox. Oh, I'm good.
Fisher, Kobe.
I said Fox.
It's really not. It's not Fisher. It's really not Fisher, but I'll give you that. Fisher, Cole. You said Rick Fox?
Yeah. Devin George.
The first year, bro. You're saying the 2000.
Glenn Rice.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. And I ain't looking nothing up. I ain't got nothing in my hand.
I could tell.
For the 4, Horace Grant.
You got it. Because I know you know who to find without even saying. Yeah, there you go. But Shaw, B. Shaw actually started.
Oh, damn! How did I not? Oh my gosh, bro! How did I miss that?
Before Fish started.
And Harp was there too that year, right?
Yeah. A matter of fact, Harp started, bro. Harp started because the knees wouldn't allow him to come off the bench at that point. So he would start and then not come back in. It would be a lot of Fisher and Brian Shaw after that. Yeah. But yeah, good job. That's I give you the 2000 year. That's your year. We won a championship too, so that make it easier. You know what I'm saying? It makes it easier.
But I'll be like getting the years. Them 3 actually be harder for me because I'll be getting mixed up of who was in this lineup and that. You know what I mean? Like, who was there at the time? Because there's a lot of Kobe, Shaq, I think Fish, and maybe George. I think was the only ones that was there the whole entire time. For all 3.
Not George because he wasn't there. Phil drafted.
Oh, so he left and came back?
No, Phil drafted him, so he wouldn't have been there that first year.
Devin George?
Yeah, he had.
Oh, okay. That's what I got mixed up then. Yeah. Well, then just them 3 then was there.
Phil Jackson literally took over the same team Dale Harris had and won. I think they got Glenford, and they might have got Rice in the offseason of between Harris getting fired mid-season. They bring in Rambis as the interim. And then that offseason is when they got Rice, maybe, if I remember that correctly. But when I knew Phil Jackson was a hell of a coach, man, is during that championship run. And I don't know if y'all know how good Glenn Rice, good of a player he was. He was a superstar in the league.
I'm aware. I know he wasn't that on the Lakers, but I'm aware of his
the Lakers would be playing in the playoffs, and you look up in a game, you not really paying attention. Be like, where the fuck is Rice? The Lakers would be winning the game, and Rice would be fucking buried on the bench, bro, but not playing defense. Still averaged 16 that season and that playoff. But yeah, Phil Jackson honestly didn't give a shit who you were, bro. If he wasn't gonna go out there and play that thing right, like how he wanted it, your ass would be sitting, man. And Glenn Rice, I'm telling you, he'll tell you.
They don't make coaches like that no more.
No, they don't, bro. You can't. I don't think this era can handle a Phil Jackson.
Hell no.
I don't think so, right?
They absolutely not. Not this era. We live in an era where all of a sudden people are telling their GMs what they deserve.
I don't think they can handle any of them type of coaches. Even the Phil Jacksons, the Pat Rileys, the Jerry Sloans,
Larry Brown.
Man, Brown, nigga, Brown will scrap with you. Like, literally, as a coach, nigga, he will scrap.
Yeah. So, you're right, man. And you see how quickly they get fired now, coaches?
You win a championship this year, and then you don't do anything next year.
Teams used to tell the superstar to suck it up. Pause.
Now you got championship coaches from a year or two ago fired.
We was just talking about that the last time you was here.
To me, that's retarded.
How three of the last 5 championship coaches aren't even on their team anymore.
What the fuck is that, bro? When did that become like a... What is that?
They're acting, the owners... The problem, too, is the owners must look at this and be like, okay, we're in win now mode. So I feel like they look at it and be like, we need to win now.
I think you know what? To Dre's point of what he just said, Ragu, what I think it could also be a combination of, because I was just thinking this the other day. I think it's what we talked about. Remember when we was like, it might be these new owners, these new billionaires. When, like what Steve Ballmer just did with PG, right?
I was just about to go there.
Even though he rich as spit, he's still like, they gonna dish out the money, and then they gonna go off and they go do their businesses. They gonna be courtside or in their skybox or whatever, just chilling for a few years. And then it's gonna be a time where they're gonna be like, all right, hold the hell up. Where's my championship at? Y'all told me if I paid this, if I traded that, if I paid this, if I paid that, we would get a championship. Where it's at? What happened? Why didn't it happen? What was this here? Okay, who was this guy here? Wait, we could have got that guy? Okay, yeah. Something got to give. Something got to give. I gave y'all niggas all this money, and I think a lot of owners just turn around one day and be like, "Where's my championship? Where is the investment in my money?" I think we forget that these dollars aren't just falling out the sky, out the blue. Somebody signs those checks. There's one person that signs those checks.
That's all good, and that's a great explanation, I feel. But can we say that for Jeanie? And firing Vogel?
Well, you weren't here last week, but we just talked about Jeanie a little bit, and we think her situation might be what was the word we used, Dre? We think that she might. We feel like she might be. We're not saying she is for sure, but we suspect she might be sacrificing basketball integrity for some of her relationships. We just suspect that it's possible for people that she loves, people that she's close with. So we don't think she might be all the way.
Elaborate, please.
We don't think she might all the way be game on right now like she was when she kicked her brother up out of here some years ago.
Who's she?
23.
The show Braun.
Just as you know, we're not
so speculation that she's just gonna bend backwards for him.
So Braun got Vogel fired. Is where you guys are going with this?
I think so.
Well, I'm speaking more so. Okay, so when you brought up Jeanie, you were talking about from 2020 to now.
And in the aspect of not being a new owner. And still firing her guy that won a championship. Like, we can't say she's new, but she fired Vogel, right? That's what I mean. After they fucked up the roster.
Well,
and they fired Vogel.
She's not a new... What? I would say she kind of is a new owner, in a way.
How long Pop's been gone?
But she wasn't running the reins that whole time. Remember, it was Jimbo, Jim Bucket.
They was like a 3-headed monster, right?
But Jim he had the last decision. They had to vote that nigga up out of there to get him out of there. So You know what I'm saying? I think money-wise, he's still involved. But as far as decision making, they had to, as a family, vote to like, man, get this nigga up out of here.
2013.
Since she took over?
No, since Pops died.
Oh, since Pops. Yeah, so and I think they already were involved before 13 because he was sick. So
she's a lifer, bro. Have you seen the series?
For sure. Bro, you gotta watch the last episode. I was praising her. I'm not saying I'm saying of what might be suspected because I know she loves 23.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping that that's not what she's doing. I'm hoping. So
but you're saying by way of saying what you're saying, then you got to be saying Bron got Vogel fired. Yeah. I mean,
maybe not just Bron. Then maybe. Y'all gotta remember Pelinka's been around the Lakers for a long time. So it could be that whatever that relationship is there as well. He was around the Lakers long before he became a GM. That's how he got the job. So yeah, I feel like things like that is possible. I'm not accusing her of anything. I'm hoping that that's not true. But yeah, I think owners turn around one day, and I feel like they think it should just be like that. If I paid this much money, or it could be the fact that these niggas don't know spit about basketball, so all it takes is a couple people to tell them something, and they believe it. That must be the truth, because I don't know basketball. So they got to go, unfortunately.
Be like, even though we won a championship, I believe what these guys are saying
it's like
about this coach.
It's like a music executive. You give a music executive a CD who's like really, really powerful of Warner Brothers or something like that. You give him the CD, then he don't even listen to the spit. He give it to his son or his daughter to go listen to in the room. If they like it, you got a deal. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they don't know hip hop. They can't determine our, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't be knowing that spit like that. Do my kids like it? You know what I'm saying? With these owners, the people around them who they feel know basketball, they sound like they know what they talking about. Damn sure more than me. So they must be on to something. And I ain't got no results. So who am I to say they're wrong? And it could be sometimes as simple as that. Unfortunately.
We talked about Ballmer. I want to say this about him. Ballmer, the NBA owes him, and I hope this doesn't manifest in some miraculous Clippers finally figuring out how to win the whole thing. But they kind of owe him, bro. And here's where I'm going with this. He voluntarily upped his offer to the Clippers, right? He had a $1.2 billion offer in. Donald Sterling was like, no, unless you just come with $2. And then I'll go ahead and sell, basically sell you the team. And the reason why I say the NBA owes them is because they were about to have to vote down on Donald Sterling staying in the league, bro. If
and then we would have found out the owners who didn't want him to leave.
So Ballmer basically paid the price, paid the bill for us to not know.
And people don't know that people don't realize, and this is why I'm kind of like, I F with him, but I'm kind of got a side eye for him too. Mark Cuban was strongly against putting Donald Sterling out the league. Strongly against it. He claims the reason wasn't because of what happened, but he was saying he didn't want to go down the road of something that I talked about in private could cost me something that I own. And that wasn't a rabbit hole he wanted to go down. And he was like strongly adamant in the media about that he was against that. So I feel like Cuban wouldn't have voted him, and you need unanimous if I'm not mistaken.
He wouldn't have. It doesn't sound like it. And what he's saying is true. What he's saying is true. You know
what he's saying is true. But F all that.
There's private conversations that probably me and you had that, you know, we not in no public arena, but, you know, that shit gets out. People will be like, oh, man, I thought them dudes was nicer dudes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
All I'm saying is I kind of feel where Cuban is coming from, because sometimes when you're just talking with somebody who you think is your friend or whatever with no mic on, I mean, hey, bro, you fuck around and say some way out shit that you, whether you meant it or not, you know what I'm saying? Some way out that gets out there, be like, oh man, you heard what JC said. Oh, he's a piece of shit. And really, man, you was just kind of fucking, you know, how you and your friends.
I feel like discretion. I feel like discretion should be involved, though. What was said in private? How, you know what I'm saying? Like, his spit was way too specific to just be like, nah, we got to protect that. You know what I mean? It was way too specific. You're talking about treating your sports team like a plantation.
And he was already doing that. He was already doing that.
No, what I'm saying is, right, but we know that now, but you admitted it though, and we heard it. We heard it. We heard that that's what you're doing. He was doing that for years. You're right, but and now you admitted that you're doing that. We heard you say that that's what you're doing. That's the NBA.
The whole.
That would be hard to recover from as a league if he was to stay.
Yeah.
So that was a money decision. They had to get that nigga up out of there, regardless.
But they was about to have to vote him out if Ballmer doesn't up the offer that he didn't have to do. He could have said, "Man, fuck that. That's all I got."
I feel like we would have pressured. I feel like most of the owners, even the ones who do agree with Sterling, I feel like they still would have voted him out because it's like, nigga, you getting our secret out there. F you. Cuban felt another way for another reason, so he claims. But the owners who even are like Sterling would have said, yes, get this nigga out of here. Because you giving out the secret.
So you saying that the guy that was going the hardest on to get him out of here, fuck around would have been somebody that think just
ironically was probably the only one who really, you know what I'm saying, actually does stand against what he said. Ironically.
Yeah, and guys wanting him removed would have been guys that actually think like that and are mad that he said it out loud.
Exactly. Because you, like, why is you even talking like that with this little bro? You feel me? Like, we got something that's far bigger than this basketball split going on, and you over here giving the sauce.
You risk alienating your whole city, state, or whatever where your team is from if you vote to keep him in. You feel me? He saved them, bro.
Too much on the line, bro. Yep.
Saved him. Old Ballmer.
But yeah, I think he got to a point where he's like, man, these niggas ain't out there playing 70 games a year. I'm not paying you niggas spit. We'll do this stadium and just, you know what I'm saying? We'll find another way, but I'm not finna do all this luxury tax second apron. I'm not doing all that spit. Nigga, hey, where's my ring at? I still gotta hang selfies up every game. Where my ring at?
I gotta cover up the Lakers stuff.
Exactly.
Playing.
I had to go spend billions of dollars of my own money for a whole new stadium just because I got tired of covering these niggas split up every game. Because it's embarrassing.
And the Celtics got a beautiful title as you watched.
Anyways, back to regular scheduled programming.
So when did all that happen, Dre? Since we talking about ages.
I became a fan in 2007 of the Celtics. That was 1 year before we signed KG, and that was also the year we lost 60 games.
That sounds
personally. Hold on, Ragu. I personally think you became a fan in 2008 when them niggas went on 20, 30 game winning streaks and shit.
No, I became a fan the year before when we lost 60 games.
But why? Okay, why? What made you want to be a fan of the team across the country? Let me
hear a team across the country that was trash.
Number one, my favorite color was green, and my dad's old best friend Chris used to come over, and he was always wearing a Celtics jersey, and he always.
What player?
I don't remember the player, but I certainly remember him walking with It was it was a bird one.
Of course, it was Larry.
As everyone, if anyone in LA likes or appreciates the Celtics, it's because of Larry. But no, I became a fan the year before, and then it just added on the fire because my dad was a Lakers fan. So I was like, cool. So not only do I like the color, but now this is a team that you go against. So this is perfect. As long as it ain't LA, we good.
So you just did it just to be rebellious.
I told him that. I said that on my show.
The year before was when I really became a fan, and then the following year when the Lakers, because I was on a youth basketball team at that time, and
his pops is exactly like me, bro. And he hates. He talks Texas. He talks Texas Longhorn football against SC. He talks Boston Celtic basketball against the Lakers. He talks New England Patriot football against the Raiders. He's just an awful son.
So if that's the case, why you didn't go?
I got teams. You got to realize.
No, that's fucked up to Pop.
I got teams that are willing to do whatever it takes to win, even if that means bending the rules.
So Pops is a Dodger fan. Then he picks Giants. You feel me? You just picked. It's something with Pops, man.
You should be a Yankee. Why you didn't be a Yankees or Astros fan? That's the type of time you was on.
I'm not switching up on my team. I've been a Giants fan. I'm not switching up like that. But I applaud the Astros for what they did because fans hate them for it. But fucking well, you got to get the win somehow. I respect them for it.
Respect is crazy.
And you played sports, Dre?
It's a good thing I want to be in. It's a good
why do you respect somebody using?
You got to realize
using a hold on.
Realize
why do you respect somebody else being handicapped? If you want to say, like, I don't get the aspect of cheating. It is that you respect.
Bro, stop! It's not cheating.
If it's like a thing where we can just all cheat, then let us just all cheat. But when you're doing it, but then you handicapping another team and saying, "Nah, y'all don't cheat." Where's the respect in that?
Oh no, if
it's all cheat, nigga. Then I can see you saying that.
Hey, at the end of the day, you got to realize championships don't grow on trees. In the sports world, money does. So if you're at least just an average player, you'll still get those. You'll still get those friendly 1-year deals, and you can make money that way. But championships, on the other hand, those don't grow on trees. Those are something you don't see every day. So if you have the opportunity to undermine someone, then you do it. I don't care how you get there. Just get there.
I hear you on that. But you said you respect it.
Oh, yeah, I do.
That's the part I'm lost on.
And if any of my teams...
Why do you respect somebody else being handicapped while you get to do whatever you want to do?
Hey, you got to get the win somehow. I respect it.
I'm going to film your practice. I'm going to take air out of the football to make it better to throw and catch.
Yep, I'll do it too. I'll do it. Spygate was beautiful.
Would you respect the team if they did it to your team that's in the Super Bowl?
Absolutely. If you practice what you preach, don't reap what you sow. You got to stick to. You can't just be like, oh shit, well it's my team, so no, you can't do that.
What about we got an Olympic year? What about that? The spirit of international competition. So you feel like other teams, other countries should show up and on untraceable steroids or whatever and race against United States?
PEDs, you only face a 1-year suspension.
Yeah, see, I can't get with that.
You only face a 1-year suspension. A lot of the trouble today is just slaps on the wrist.
So the PED things in the Olympics, I feel like is
it's just an enhancement because you still have to go out there and perform. You're not robotically, you're not. Well,
you kind of are. You kind of are.
But you're handicapping the other teammate because they're doing it under a certain construct. While you got an advantage because you know what I'm saying? Like, how about y'all let them cheat too? Let them do this with too, and then it's like, all right, not loud. Let's
even
go.
playing field. Even
so
playing
now,
field.
if I offered the whole field steroids or PEDs, and some say, "Hey, no, I ain't fucking with that shit. I'm thinking my long term health," and some say, "Hey, fuck it, I want to win the race." Okay, that's one thing. That's different. All right, then you can say, "All right, hey man, I respect him for putting it on the line. Like, fuck it, he don't care what, he's gonna go for it." But what me and JC are saying, there's 8 people in the race. One dude is gonna take the go fast. How is that cool, bro? Like, even if you do win,
I'll be that one.
The go fast help you win, and you know it.
I mean, I'm telling you. Well, you don't know when you're going to get back there, so you need to make it count. I'm trying to win.
Today,
I'm not trying to go second place. I'm trying to finish first, and if that means I got to
just make sense.
And look at this,
the Pats to be a fan of now.
And this is why KD. This is the era of the Kevin Durant fans.
What the hell do KD got to do with when
Wait, what is he at? What?
The whole move going to Golden State, like that whole win a championship.
But hold on, that wasn't cheating though. That was done.
It wasn't cheating. It wasn't cheating, but it was win a championship at all costs. Even if afterwards nobody's gonna respect me, I don't care. I'll still be able to say
you could call
that
a cheap championship. You can't call it a cheat championship.
Okay, but this is the era I'm saying that we're in that causes and this type of attitude right here exists, bro.
You was complaining about Tuck Rule in 2003. That was long before KD was even a thought.
Well, that's a whole and that the Patriots didn't do that. The NFL did that. That's a different thing. I don't even think they did it for the Patriots. They did it against the Raiders. That's what that shit was. And it was because Al set precedents in the league that people are still following now by moving and having lawsuits against them and embarrassing the commissioner and all that, bro. So that was deeper than just the New England thing. That was the Raiders and the NFL's issue there. I'm talking about what these dudes did by taping y'all practice. They taped y'all practice, bro, before the Super Bowl. All right. They let air out of the ball. Everybody knows it's easier to catch a football and throw one that's a little less inflated. Everybody fucking knows that. So those are,
niggas was calling them cheaters before that because the refs would cheat for them. That just threw more gasoline on the fire.
On the fire.
Well, the refs only doing spit.
The refs only cheated in the Tuck Rule, and then there's the whole Brady rule about going low pause on the quarterback that they made after he got hurt in I think 2008 or whatever it was.
But also too, think about this too. You gotta unless there was like some real actual punishment to what you're doing, then I would maybe be like, okay, maybe take a step back. But I mean, literally, you're only getting suspended for a year. And then look at the fucking Saints. Praise the God and praise their defense back then.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't hear enough about them Saints.
No.
At all.
That bounty hunter thing was the smartest
I don't hear about them niggas enough
ever.
At all. But they still crying about 2019? They still crying about that. But I don't hear nobody talking about 2009.
But my point was my point to that was,
what about
bounty hunter.
How was 2009 cheating? How is that cheating?
Targeting ain't cheating?
Do we know for a fact that Greg Williams is the only defensive person in the entire National Football League?
Fisher. Like, Jimbo Fisher was one too.
I got a few dollars to do this, and that. Come on, man. Let's keep it.
Okay, but they got caught though. Like you can't.
Okay,
you can't do that. Just like we was just talking about with Sterling. That ain't nowhere near cheating. That ain't nowhere near cheating as far as.
I think that's just physical football.
That's not making you. Yeah, that's not making no advantage. That's not.
That's not an advantage.
You know what they're talking it is, Ragu? The reason they call it cheating.
We finna fuck this dude up. That's all that is.
No, you know why, Ragu? The only reason two different things.
The only reason they call it
targeting the hurt and we finna F this dude up is two different things.
You got to get the win, JC. You got to get the win.
I believe
That is cheating, bro. I don't care what you niggas talking about. That is cheating. If you're intentionally trying to hurt somebody, and I don't mean hurt in the sense of just hurt. I'm talking like literally. Matter of fact, let me take that word off.
They did it to Kurt Warner.
You're trying to injure somebody versus trying to hurt somebody, nigga. That is cheating. Period.
They did it to Kurt Warner
out of the game. Took his ass right out the game.
We don't want to injure you. We want.
Hey, and if that's what you got to do to win, then that sounds like you on Dre's side. But that's pretty much what that is, though. Regardless, that's not football. We're not about to do shit outside the rules. We about to fuck him up playing football.
Ragu, the only reason that they're considering it cheating is because they said that their defensive coordinator would pretty much say, "Hey, you'll make this much money."
I'm just giving you incentive. I'm giving you incentive to fuck JC or Dre. I'm not giving you anything outside of the rules that you can take into the game to use to fuck up JC. I'm just telling you, hey, if you get JC out the game, bro, I got this for you. That's all I'm saying. That's not cheating, bro. That's not cheating.
That's literally what that is. You got bread on injuring niggas to give yourself an advantage on the game. That's exactly what Dre was just saying. We just talked about handicapping players.
It's physical football.
We just talked about handicapping players. You're paying to to injure niggas.
See, you taking it too literal. We need him out the game today. An injury means he fuck around, can't play next week and all that. They wasn't trying to do that. We need you out of the Saints game. Knock this motherfucker out the game, bro. I got this for you. That's like telling your son, "Hey man, give me 7 tackles today. I got this for you."
No, that's not. That's not even close.
The exact same.
That's not even close,
thing, bro. It's the same thing, bro.
It's the same thing, JC.
That's like telling your son, if you get a chance and you already own him after a tackle or something like that, and you bend a little more to make sure that nigga leg cocked back this way or something, so he's out the rest of the game, then I got this for you. That's what.
And also, it would show up.
That's not just saying smack the spit out this nigga and I got bread for you. That's a whole different thing.
Also, JC,
I
don't know how that's not cheating. That's
they have injury reports too that these teams read before the game, so they know if you're injured and you're still gonna play, then you're gonna take what's about to happen.
Exactly, Dre. Thank you. I'm glad you said that. So, boom, the injury report. We know this dude really is dinged up,
and it tells you what's hurting.
So, Dre, I need you to go see if this fool is really 100%. I want you to go fuck him up.
Even that's different though. I understand. That happens all the time. That's a veteran move. I even understand that. But to go intentionally where ain't nothing wrong with the nigga, and then you doing spit like that, then yeah, like that's some other spit. Then a nigga saying that his ankle is a little effed up, and then we kicking the tires and see like, oh, your ankle effed up, nigga, don't be out here then. That's different.
Hey, I hope that Patrick Graham and AP got a pool of money sitting there for somebody to knock the shit out of Mahomes and get him out the Raider game.
Yeah.
I hope they're doing this. And that is not cheating, bro. That is football.
And don't forget, Ragu, he said it was going to be more physical for Patrick Mahomes. Not just for Mahomes, but for everybody.
And I'm not saying twist dude's ankle under the pile and all that shit. I'm saying fuck dude up. Concussion protocol his ass. Do something. Get him up out of here today so that we can win.
You're getting the spirit.
And I said there was nothing wrong with that. I said it's the injury part when you're like if somebody gets hurt because you smack the spit out of them, that's one thing. And your intention, when your goal is to injure somebody to get some bread, that's another.
No, we trying to get you out the Saints game.
Out the Saints, yeah. We're not worried about next week.
Yeah, I want you to play next week. Or if you got a bye, I hope you'll be all right.
And then
this was the regular season too. It wasn't just playoffs because I was understanding it was playoffs and Super Bowl.
I think it was regular season.
This was all season long.
Oh yeah, I didn't know this was season. I thought it was just the playoffs and Super Bowl when
week 1 from the year they won the year before they started doing this. The year before they won the Super Bowl, and then they didn't get caught until after the 2009 10 season. And then they put it
coaches from Little League to the National Football League, if they're being honest, will say that they've done that. that they told their guy on their team, the Pop Warner dude, the high school, even college on the low.
Yeah.
Get that motherfucking number, whatever. And hey.
But JC, you gotta realize,
and that's not cheating.
That ain't solid, just, bro. To me, that ain't solid.
We gonna fuck number whatever he is up.
Man, how many of the defenses do you think when Brady was still playing?
It might not be like nice, but it's not cheating.
God, look, when Brady was still playing, how much of the defense was aiming to hit Tom Brady every time they stepped on the field?
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with hitting a nigga. I'm saying there's something wrong when you intentionally attempt to injure.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Knocking the wind out of a nigga ain't nothing wrong with that. Making an or bruised up because you smacked the spit out of him ain't nothing wrong with that. It's the bounty for injury part. That's the problem.
That's not fine. I need to make my money. I'm gonna make money and win games. I'm down for it. It's not cheating. It's physical football.
I know where you're coming from, JC. You saying if they doing dirty shit out there, right? To get to do it. Exactly. I'm saying, we just, the good player on their team is wondering why everybody on the other team is hitting so fucking hard. It's because the coach put money. I mean,
there's nothing, and that's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that part.
That's where I'm at with it. I'm not talking about twisting a dude up under the pile and doing.
But if you got bread on the line and that's something that can come from that, then yeah, that's what niggas is gonna be. Niggas might be that thirsty.
But how can you prove that? You'd be like, "Oh, coach,
you can't." But they can't. But they got consequences anyway. But no, you're right. We can't prove it.
But even then, they only suspended him for a year compared to what we did for Deflategate, and that was only a 4-game suspension. So anything
it should have been more.
And then look at Ryan Garcia.
And not because the Colts had a chance to beat y'all, but just because y'all are that disgusting that you still had to cheat on a team that you probably was going to beat on anyway.
It doesn't matter. You get the win. Maybe they just felt like, I don't feel like working hard today. I'm just going to go out and make this game a little easier. That's all.
Well, they recorded the rounds too.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first one.
Well,
that was amazing.
So this whole shit is fraudulent.
Raghu, I ain't gonna lie, that is some bullshit. But niggas used to do that to us back in the day when we was on receiver.
Pop Warner.
Niggas used to do that to us, bro. They used to film our practices, but Pops used to F them up because they're filming our practice or going off of our spit, and come game time, he could be running them same plays off a different formation or using, you know what I'm saying? Like he had like a weird way his mind was, So they was doing that to us, and he was effing niggas up because they'd be confused. Like, wait, this ain't what we studied on film on practice with him.
You throw a curveball.
I ain't gonna lie, even to a lower degree, we used to deal with spit like that.
Look,
you can't do that in the National Football League.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do it, period. You shouldn't do it, period.
You shouldn't.
But look at the risk factor of getting... Fucking AJ Hinch was suspended for a year and then got a job the following season because the Detroit Tigers were that desperate. You'll get a desperate team. So at the end of the day, what are you really losing? Not much. Maybe a fine.
I feel like, you trying to film practice that you trying to find if they're going to come with a wrinkle or whatever. Because the team is on film, bro. You just watch the games before the team played you.
Right.
Now, if you're playing them the first game of the season, I could see maybe trying to take practice or something on that Pop Warner level. Like, and I'll give you an example. The NFL. What do we have to go off of with the Chargers? Week 1. We played them week 1. Fuck are we gonna look at? We need to see a practice.
Training camp, yeah.
We need to see them practice against a team in training camp to see what his Harbaugh is, even his structure of his offense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The defense we may kind of know. We know personnel-wise, defense, what they have. But offensively, we don't know what the hell the Chargers are about to try to do. What do we do? Do they go back to Harbaugh when he was in San Francisco?
Why y'all always get Chargers on week 1?
That's just something they like to do. Is it? It's not a lot of week 1.
Because they're hoping for a Raiders 65-14 win again.
We don't play them first a lot. But
I don't know. Maybe I'm saying it because it's back-to-back years.
We didn't play them first game of the year last year, did we? We did?
Yeah, you did.
Was it last year?
Yeah, it
might have been the year before.
Year before, maybe.
Yeah, it might be the year before I'm thinking about. Who'd y'all play first last year?
Because last year, they ended the season with the Chargers, right? Ragu?
That's a good question. Nah, they weren't the last game. Denver was the last game.
Denver was the last game, okay. How did you not put 60 up on them?
We beat them. That's all that matters. 8 in a row.
Last year, Denver was game 1.
Yeah, I thought so. I was going to say Denver, but I wasn't sure. They was the first and the last. Yeah, we didn't play them first last time. It was.
Look, JC, all you need to know, JC, when you go to bed tonight,
O'Connell started that game.
When you go to bed tonight, JC, and you close your eyes, you always think, I will step over anyone or do anything to get to where I need to go. So if that means deflating the football,
I don't move like that, my nigga. I'm sorry. I don't move like that. I can't. I couldn't sleep at night if I was like that.
Nice people finish last.
You're right. You absolutely
Here's what
right.
I do. Here's what I do approve of. In the spirit of cheating. And that's the performance enhancing drug or whatever.
Ryan Garcia got caught with the same thing. Look at him. Only a year suspension.
Well, performance enhancing drugs in one-on-one combat sports. Performance enhancing drugs in one-on-one combat sports is almost criminal, in my opinion. So that's not what I'm talking about. But if you are trying to get a contract, trying to make a team, trying to get some generational wealth for you and your family, and you're willing to sacrifice your health by taking some shit that's going to perhaps get you this contract, and you're okay with that in your mind, and so am I, brother. By all means, take your fucking performance enhancers and get that money.
Thank you.
In combat one-on-one sports, that shit is criminal to me. If you know, that's like the shit that that's like wrapping your hands with the fucking plaster,
like Margarito.
Yeah, that's along those lines, bro. If you're gonna go into a event that's just you against another man, but you want to have some performance enhancing advantage, I feel like that's not cool.
So Garcia,
hit hard enough.
Low key, he is a hoe.
They already hit hard enough.
But if you are struggling 250 hitter in baseball that is in a contract year and feel like if you could just get these roids in you, pause, and you can raise your batting average 25 to 30 points and receive another contract that's gonna help you and your family, bro.
Nigga, you saying that because that was the peak of baseball during that time.
And I feel like
also
that's when baseball had superstars back then.
Well, you got to realize too, JC. Now, at least.
Go ahead, Dre.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that even for today, if you actually sit down and watch a baseball game, JC, you'll notice at least for the pitchers after every inning they need to check their glove. After every fucking inning, Not
only their glove, they hat and belt too.
Yep.
They damn near frisk you now when you come up.
And we've already
you got 200 games a year. You got to do this shit.
Yep.
Yes.
And they do it all 9 innings.
I mean, to be fair, they are well compensated, so that's a small trade off. But still, damn.
Oh no, they do it, bro. And when the pitcher gets caught, bro, because when they take the hat off and then they scratch the back of the head, they look at the bullpen, and then they
do this.
I got a quick baseball question before we get back to these signings. Who gets paid more in baseball? The elite top of the line pitcher or the elite top of the line homer?
Slugger? Equal. They both get bread.
Yep.
Equal. Totally.
They got money to spare like that.
And then there's some niggas who are very rare, but some are both, right?
No, only one.
Oh, yeah.
He said it's not rare, nigga. It's literally one person.
Yeah. And to me, that's a strange phenomenon because I feel like it should be more Shoheis. And I always had the question in my mind, when the fuck did the pitchers that's international in the Major League Baseball, when did they stop being able to hit? Because when they was little, you know them dudes could hit, man.
Sure.
So at what point did they become trash hitters?
You know what it is?
Maybe it's done purposefully so they can just focus on that aspect more.
Only the
Absolutely,
NL.
JC, I think that they put so much focus on just throwing that they don't even pick up a bat, bro, until it used to be during the game when they had to hit. You see how they just be standing up there looking like they ain't even ever held a baseball bat. Well, they've been playing baseball since they was playing T-ball.
Right.
So that was always, to me, bro, there should be more Shoheis. And I don't know why there isn't.
And I was going to tell you too, Ragu, it's only, not as much these last couple of years, but before, I think before 2020, bro, it was only the NL that had pitchers hitting. The AL didn't.
Yeah. No, that was only 2 years ago, right? I think.
Mm-hmm.
That was only 22 season they started.
And for me personally, I used to think that too. I'd be like, dude, the NL. Whenever I did like my career on MLB The Show, I always wanted to go to an NL team because I knew I'm gonna bat at least 2 or 3 times.
But you didn't get hits with that pitcher. You hit little weak grounders and shit, right?
It was a little, I had to build that up in batting practice.
Yeah, that just always
didn't take long.
Bewildered me, bro. Like, why? Because I grew up with guys that could play baseball. And even if he was our pitcher, that dude could hit too. So my thing was, how the hell, what happened to that? What happened to that? And my prediction is, in the future, these kids are going to start being able to hit and pitch.
I got a prediction for your prediction. That, and it's going to be when more of us is up in there.
Doing that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree. And I would love to see that happen.
Jalen Brunson signs for $156 million.
That was a couple days ago?
Yeah. Now, the kicker about it was he could have waited until next year when the cap opened up and signed for $259 for 5 years.
113.
Yes.
So we was just talking about generational wealth. Make that shit make sense, Mr. Brunson. I'm trying to figure the thought process.
He's doing the GM's job. Like I said a couple weeks ago, I'm father from Burnings.
But if are any GMs looking out for players like that? Hell no. They're looking out for the team.
Cuban, the only one I can think of that be doing shit like that.
Yeah, no, bro. I don't know on this one, man. Take the money, man.
I mean, how I've heard some people break it down is he grew up rich already. His dad had money. Yeah, his dad had money. His dad was in the league, if I'm not mistaken.
Who's that name? Pat?
You said what?
What's his dad name?
Rick, if I'm not mistaken. Rick Brunson. I hope I'm saying his name right. Yeah, I think it's Rick. Matter of fact, you know what? We don't do fake news. Let me go make for sure. Yeah, Rick Brunson. He's the coach. He's actually one of the coaches for the Knicks right now. So he grew up with money, and he already signed for a $100 million contract once. He's at a level now to where maybe when it comes time in the years where people come available of high star caliber, they'll have a little more bread to give them to come join him on the Knicks.
Who?
This is Jalen Brunson I'm talking about.
Who's coming to join him?
No, I'm saying what I said is that him doing this deal now instead of next year, he's trying to open up more cap space for if, some disgruntled all-star superstar becomes available, the Knicks will have more money to play with to possibly bring them on to that team that they have. That's the devil's advocate argument for him taking the 156 instead.
So Jalen Brunson grew up rich. Being the son of a guy that his highest points average in the season in the National Basketball Association was back in 04-05 with the Clippers at 5.5 points.
I mean, how much? Hold on. How many points did rest in peace, Jelly Bean? But how many points did he average when he was in the league?
Yeah, rest in peace, Joe. I'm glad you said that, bro. Rest in peace to Kobe's dad. Kobe went to Europe, my nigga, because Joe was not in the NBA no more. He was playing overseas.
But I'm sure he had. They had bread, bro. They were
well to do.
It wasn't a true started from the bottom situation. I'm sure he was a comfortable kid growing up.
I remember Rick father Brunson plays now in the that NBA. I see him. Let me tell you, I remember Rick Brunson now that I looked at him. I'll give you a comp right now.
Okay.
Rick Brunson. Rick Brunson is because everybody could kind of shoot now. This dude couldn't shoot at all. He is Dylan Brooks.
Shot sucker?
Maybe not even. Yeah, I'll give him that caliber of player. So he was he would be kind of like D-Man, but D-Man has got more offense than Rick Brunson had. So Rick Brunson was like a tough guy, fight through the screens on a perimeter type defensive guy. He was not a star in this league at all.
You don't have to be a star to have money in the NBA.
In that NBA you did, that NBA he played in, you had to be a player, bro. You wasn't just getting paid like that. He's a mid-level attention guy.
You was getting M's.
Well, yeah, you were. Now I'm thinking of it in terms of NBA versus regular people. So you're right. He grew up with bread. How old is he?
20-something, mid-20s.
Yeah, he grew up with bread.
Yeah.
Bread wasn't an issue.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah.
You don't have that story growing up. You know what I'm saying? And then you already signed a $100 million contract.
You know, for me, bro, I hear $100 million. I just think about the compound interest on that, or a term life insurance policy that can bring you know what I'm saying, 6 to 9% of that off of that. What's 6% of $100 million? $6 million, bro. So you talking about, you know, you just can't get that back, bro.
He's never getting that back. He's never getting that back. Even if he signed another big contract, he's not getting that back.
Exactly.
He can never get that back.
Like how a Flex said it best. Never underestimate the greed of tall people. we gotta get on that, bro. We can't get these people breaks and bargains and discounts. Get the money.
Especially when you're talking about this supposed to be the Mecca, right? Like, one of the most storied franchises. This might be, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Knicks are top 5 in team value in all of sports. If I'm not mistaken, definitely.
I don't think you are mistaken. I don't think you are mistaken.
So, yeah, like it don't sit right with me either.
It's New York
his
City.
Mentality might be, and 150 million is 150 million. But as far as the deeper sense of it, of giving these guys a break, like you said, helping the GM do his job when it's his job to crunch that and make that work. Yeah, that definitely don't sit right with me, for sure. But, and then especially, you're taking a really, 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 really big gamble. Because hypothetically, let's say the Knicks don't win a championship with you.
Right.
You will never get that $100 million back, bro. You will never get that back. This is.
I remember
if he doesn't. If my bad, real quick. If the Knicks don't win the championship, this would be equivalent to what Schroeder turned down from the Lakers to take the league minimum.
And since you
this will turn equivalent to that. If they win, cool. If they don't, this will be equivalent to that Schroeder deal.
JC, I don't care if they do win, bro. I'm just being honest. It's Schroeder-ish if they do win. It's $113 million, man. Shit. And remember when they tried to come at Bean with that pay cut shit?
What year?
It was coming down towards the twilight of his career, and he was like, discount? Like, hey. Like, well, when one of these NBA teams, what did he say? When they take a discount, then I'll take one. Some shit like that, he said. Like, basically, like, man, he said that shit is a trick that they play on players and they put that shit out in the media, right? Now the fans turn on you, giving this multi-billionaire a break. And Cole was like, man, I'll be damned. Yeah, for not giving him a break. Cole was like, man, I'll be damned. I need all that. I don't care what y'all say.
I do remember when he signed his last contract, I think he did take like what was it? Like a $12 million pay cut, I believe.
Stretched out over the 3 years.
Say that again?
The $12 million stretched out over that last 3 years.
No, I think
took a $4 million a year.
I think he was making like a certain amount and then ended up taking 30 a year instead of the 40 or 42 or something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers. I have to go back and look, but I remember it was something to that degree of what they came to a decision to for his. I think it was his very last contract before he retired. And he said, I guess he did leave a little bread, but I mean that didn't mean spit because we was terrible during that time anyway, so he might as well take that. But he did take a bit of a pay cut on it because that's a narrative that people put out about Kobe that he just like strong arm and handicapped us them last few years, and that's not true. Because I remember that time. That's people who be trying to revise history.
But that's the point he was trying to make. Like, man, and the same thing you said. I'm not doing the day job, bro. Figure it out. Right. I'm getting what I'm worth.
Exactly.
You know, like if Genie then wanted to sell the team, they ain't gonna go sell it to a lesser bid because they like him. They're gonna go get the money. So that's what Cole's problem with that shit was. Like, man, y'all figure out your job. My job is to get the money. Yeah. Yeah. That's the narrative. Exactly how you said. Oh yeah, Cole, they said he handicapped us. That's what he was saying. That's a trick. That shit is a trick, bro. Fuck all
and that. That's the Jedi mind trick that these front offices and owners have done with the fans, of getting them to get mad at the player for wanting to get paid their worth and practically not helping them do their job.
So the team owner stack of bread is like this. The player stack of bread is like this. but they want the player to give this guy the discount.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
And and that could be also, we go back to the owner. It's like, okay, if your general manager don't know how to crunch that, then go find one who do know how to do that. Y'all get paid millions of dollars to GM, just like they get millions of dollars to go out on that court and play. If that general manager is struggling with doing that, then go find you one that can. I'm pretty sure it's a whole lot of people raising their hand to at least attempt.
And you know what it shows? It shows the power of imagery and the media and the people who have control of that, right? We know who that is. Because the shit. Damn, what did I do? The shit that I said.
Ragu had a Dre moment.
Yeah.
All I did was, hold on.
He said all I did was.
He was actually preaching. That usually happened to Dre when he's saying some bullshit.
No,
that was funny. That was funny too. Even when I was watching a Netflix series and his GM was telling him, he was like, "You being an asshole and you being this and this to the public, they're not going to pay to watch you play or watch this team play." And then they mumble under their breath,
"Right?
Well, they paid for Kobe all these years." I was like, "Bro," he said, "They paid to see Kobe all these years."
What did I say? What was the last shit I said? Before I cut my camera?
Yeah, you was on a roll. Just you was basically on the run of like.
Okay, I got you. I got you. So look, that shows you how powerful the fucking media is, because the shit I said don't even make sense. How the fuck is a guy that's making $30 million supposed to give a discount to a team owner whose team is worth $8 billion? $4 billion, just saying. It's like 8. And that shows you. And then the fans will show up mad at the player.
Okay, so
because the media has pumped this narrative that he's the problem, when in reality we know these are the people with the money, man. Make them figure that shit out.
I have a question now that I think about it.
Uh-huh.
Are these billionaire owners able to hide like that and make it easy because of the cap space?
Yes.
So it sounds like there needs to be a conversation about why the cap space is limited. Even in the sense of, I understand that, you know, you don't want it to where you just got all the super duper, you know, most talented players all going to one team. I get that. But if you increase the cap, then it allows you to give everybody more money anyway, to where that still wouldn't be a problem, right? Or am I tripping on that?
Bro, I always felt that salary cap shit, because of the sports that came with it first. Football, then basketball. I always felt the salary cap, stay with me, was for the tall people coming to the game.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, but it's like now we in 2024 starting to get a little more visible, because it always made sense of just, okay, you need a cap space to stop everybody from teaming up, but it's like, no, you can also just, y'all can raise the salary cap to allow more of that, to where you don't have to keep doing this whole, make the players.
Hear me out. When the league is even, everything is a collective bargain agreement. Each team gets the same salary cap, allotted amount to spend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what you take out of the game is that motherfucker coming to the game screaming about how much money this dude make, or not going because they don't like, because this guy ain't tall and he making all this money. You understand?
That's somebody who doesn't understand basic economics, though.
Here I am struggling to take care of my family and trying to pay for tickets to come see this guy. I always just felt like that was the sentiment, bro, of why they start capping player salary, because, you know, as y'all know, this is one of them I remember when moments, or y'all too young.
Y'all ain't old enough.
Yeah, bro, that used to be a thing. So y'all didn't grow up in that era because it was always salary caps, I believe, since you guys became aware.
I can remember, yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, that used to be a thing. Ask your dad. Ask anybody even older than us. The fans used to talk shit, bro, about players making too much money, especially if they didn't look like they felt like they should look. You understand?
Yeah.
Look at it like this. It's the same sentiment that the NBA dress code was birthed under.
I hear you on that.
Feel what I'm trying to say, Josh?
Yeah.
It was that same. The salary cap came under the same way of thinking as the NBA dress code.
And I don't feel like remove it. I just feel like increase it. These guys got unlimited money damn near, and they're making clearly far more than they have to do within that salary cap. I feel like increase that split and get a GM that knows how to do his effing job. As far as anybody talking about how is he making all this money, to be honest, that's such an elementary argument that I start to not even address it no more. Like, I don't even have the brain power to even address that anymore, because it's literally basic econ 101, like literally. So I'm not even gonna go there.
With revenue sharing,
101,
right? I really don't want to hear the small market shit no more either.
Right.
Sell the team.
Yeah.
How about that?
But that's the thing though. If you can't afford it, exactly. Like, this a grown man's game. Get up out of here then.
Yeah, all that small, we're gonna make.
You're not entitled to own a team, nigga. F is you talking about?
Sell that motherfucker. Yeah, exactly.
Didn't the A's just sell their team, Ragu?
Did they? They should have. That owner was, he ain't had no money. He ain't never had no bread. I mean, in the sense of pro owner.
Right.
He got more money than me, obviously, but I'm saying, he been penny pinching for 30 years. That dude.
Yeah, no, they definitely need to go.
There's levels to this shit, man.
Yeah.
There's levels to everything, bro.
JC, I like how you use that. You said it's become Econ 101.
Hey, JC,
it's basic Econ 101. Anybody I see saying, why do the players make so much money, but doctors and firefighters and these people don't make money? Anybody out here say that, like, I honestly am getting to a point where I don't even have the brain power to even attempt to explain it to you, because it's so elementary to me. It's not even funny at this point.
You got to realize though, that's just people because they're not mad where they're mad where they're at, and that's what makes them mad.
Well, the question becomes for motherfuckers like that is, okay, that tall owner is giving this guy this salary. How the fuck much you think he making?
That's that simple though. It's that simple.
Giving him this.
They make it sound like it's like a charity type thing. It's like they're just they just get this money to dribble a basketball. What y'all don't realize is the basketball literally has damn near nothing to do with why he's getting all the money. The reason they're getting all that money is because the owner is making that much money. Off of what they're doing specifically.
Okay, JC, let's do our thing here too. About we did this before, the highly specialized job of NFL quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And how many eligible humans versus qualified humans, which there are only 32 of these jobs available. You can only be less than 45 years old and older than 21. I mean, look at all of this shit.
But they get Ragu. They get $50 million just to go out there and throw a football, though.
Well, let's see Joe the plumber go out here and practice. Hey, practice as hard as you can, bro, and go out here and do it then.
Right, exactly.
Do it. Okay, out here, man. The shit is specialized.
Like they were just randomly chosen, and come on, man. Use common sense. Like
an NFL cornerback.
Either you are that dumb
out there and play.
Either you are that dumb, or you got another agenda behind that. It's one of the two.
It's always that other.
And I'm glad you brought that up too, JC, because I was gonna say and it wasn't, I wasn't in the conversation, but when I was at Target or Walmart, one of them, and in front of me there was somebody, I guess a doctor, and she was making complaints about talking to someone else in line, and they were talking about money and this and that, and they were saying how the NFL, they were like, man, all these professional people get paid, boatloads of money, and then we're over here working here as a doctor, as a cop, and then we're making this much. It's just not fair. And then on the inside, it's you think they give a fuck about being fair?
Well, what Ragu exactly? Well, what Ragu just said. Go pick you up some shoulder pads, some cleats, and some gloves, and get out there. Then, doctor, chiropractor, go out there and do it. It's that easy.
Okay, let's not do that. A chiropractor is not a doctor.
Because guess what? I could take a woman, a dude that's 5'2", a dude who unathletic at all, and I could train all them to be doctors.
Right.
Hey, it might take longer with some, but eventually I could have all of them certified.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, I'm finna use that.
Right? You can't do that with an NFL quarterback.
Nope.
No,
we ain't even talking about an NBA center.
You can have the best trainers, the best nutritionists, the best everything possible. If you're not gifted, if you ain't got it, you just ain't got it.
JC, I could have given you every opportunity in life, but the end goal was I needed you to be an NBA center. There's nothing I could have done. There's no training that I could have given you. Nothing. That could have been bought or nothing that could have made you into that. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So some of this shit they have to be born with just to be even on the list to even try to be some shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan's kids had every available basketball resource possible growing up.
Exactly.
That's all I need to say.
And
do we need to say it anymore? No, we do not.
Yep. You know what? From now on, when people have that argument with me, I'm gonna be like, just go throw on some shoulder pads. Then go get some gloves on.
Yep, that's simple.
It's just
that's what I'm gonna start saying. Go do it then, nigga.
Change
it's just dribbling a basketball. Go do it. It's just swinging a bat. Go do it then. It's just throwing the football thing. or just sitting on the other side, just trying to get to the quarterback. Well, go do it.
And you know who makes those comments? Motherfuckers that never ball. Because people that ball, you know how hard.
Exactly.
And Ragu, let me tell you, when I was little and thinking, oh man, watching baseball, all you gotta do is pick up a bat and hit the ball. Bro, as I got older, I started to realize, wait a minute, these pitchers are clocking 90 to 100 miles per hour. Hold on.
Yeah. You ever been to a batting cage?
Bro, they be flying.
So I can't even fathom in my mind somebody throwing something at me at I can't even think of that at 70 miles an hour. Let alone they start talking about 90, 95, damn near 100. Something being thrown at me at that speed. I can't even fathom it. When I'm sitting in the car on the side of the
60
freeway,
feet away.
When I'm sitting in the car on the side of the freeway, you ever felt that wind that hits you when them cars be, when it seem all normal when you driving, but when you stop in them same cars, sometimes it just be 60, 70, and you feel that spit. Imagine something being thrown at you at that speed. And you got to swing and hit accurately on top of that.
And sometimes these pitchers hit
at you, and then it goes that way. So, it looks.
That's a whole nother level, Ragu. And you think that's been coming dead straight at your face, and that's a whole nother level.
And also, too, even with basketball, like when I watch it on TV, sometimes it looks like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it looks slightly slow, but in reality, it's not. It's not. You know, when the ball movement, when they have you start doing this, when they start moving the ball, like passing around, you're like trying to keep up with it. Right. I sit there, and then I was sitting there at the finals when I was watching the finals. I was sitting there watching the ball movement, and I'm like, gosh, if you're actually one of these players and doing this in live action, you know how quick those defenders are probably coming up on you and checking you and poking. Like
one time I seen Derek Fisher jump out at this store in Inglewood, out his Suburban, and maybe 5 minutes he was gone. But I was at the store he jumped out at, and Derek Fisher was way bigger than me. And you see how he looks out there on the court.
And TV's a lie.
So that shows you right there that pro sports is different, bro.
I remember, I think I told y'all about it a couple times on the show. I remember I was working this award show that had like a lot of NBA players there in Smith, and I ended up getting to greet Steph Curry. And this was the right after he won his first MVP and ring. This was that 2015 summer. So he was everywhere at the time. He's turning into a superstar. And I remember when he came up to me or whatever, said what's up and everything, shook hands. And I remember I was looking up at this nigga. I'm looking up, and I'm thinking like, bro, when I be seeing him on the court and he be doing all these floaters and getting knocked down and all that, I be thinking he like a little pipsqueak out there.
Exactly.
He next to me, and I'm looking up like, I'm like, bro, there's no way you this tall. Like, I didn't tell him that, but I was thinking in my head, like, bro, there's no way you this tall to where I got to look up at you, but you be out there on the court and you just be, but that just shows how gigantic all them niggas is. Pause.
What else you can tell is when they come get the players off the field and shit, those are regular size people.
Right.
Like in football,
that's like minimum height you need to be to have a successful NBA career. For the most part.
But I'm saying a way you can also judge how big these guys are, bro, Paul. When the guys get hurt in the NFL, the trainers come out there. Those are regular size humans.
Yep.
And then when the football
that is another time you see it.
You be like, damn. Like, I was just watching Receiver, right? I don't know if you guys watched that yet.
George Kittle is funny.
George Kittle is funny as hell. When Devontae got hurt and then they had to walk him in the tunnel. And he hit the corner with the trainer. Man, Devontae was way bigger than that dude. And
this nigga be out there looking just regular. Like,
yeah. I was like, man, look at this motherfucker. Like, you don't just go to the league, bro. You know.
And also, it's funny that you brought that up.
If you are regular size, that means you have exceptional, otherworldly something else.
That's the only way. That's the only way like you getting up in there.
Yep.
And it's funny that you mentioned receivers because there was a part in that film where Devontae Adams was. I've never been hit so many fucking times. Like, damn, when he went off on Garoppolo.
As a Raider content person, I am now being flooded with people talking about him wanting to be traded because they saw that. Motherfucker, Josh McDaniels was on that film. If y'all see how long ago that was, that's when he was saying that shit. And that just shows you if AP saved this franchise in a lot of ways, bro, because Devontae Adams would have been out of here had AP not.
If McDaniels was still the coach.
Absolutely, bro. He said, I got to get out of here to save my life.
He was like, I'd never been hit so many fucking times. And he was looking at Jimmy G the whole time.
I mean, he had some of the best lines ever out there in Green Bay. So I see why.
He said, man, I get fucked up every week.
Yeah. And that just goes to show, too, because, like, there were some passes. There were some suicide passes Jimmy G threw. Like, there was one where... Remember when he was trying to catch the ball, and as he was falling to the floor, the dude landed on his hip and he hit his shoulder, and he was like, "Oh!" Yeah. When he said it popped out of place, I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, and also, Devontae was like, "Yeah, I signed off on that Aiden O'Connell move." So he said AP actually wasn't cool, and he said, "Man, if you don't hurry up and get Jimmy ass out of here,"
he was like, "I'm tired." Hurt and
did you see the part? And I know you ain't seen it, JC, but even Amon-Ra and his boy, when we was playing against the Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown was over there like, ooh, I know 17 over there. Like, if I was him, I'll get up out of here. Remember the dude on the Lions was saying that?
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown, yeah.
He was talking to Amon-Ra. He was like, man, if I'm 17, man, I got to figure out a way to get up out of here. And then Amon-Ra was like, why? What's up with him? He was like, man, he over there wide open. They ain't even throwing him the rock. And then
Isaiah used to come on here every week when Ragu was in hiding. When Isaiah was getting the blues that one year, Isaiah used to come on here every week and complain about just that. How this nigga is wide open.
Man,
he used to be mad all the time. And he used to get I used to wonder why he used to get so mad when people had it sounded like when any receiver was talked about over Devontae Adams. And at the end of the season, he ended up explaining to us that the reason is because he feels like if Adams was to actually get hit all the times when he was wide open, that he feels like his numbers would have even been far better than they were. And he had great numbers anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why he used to kind of get like bothered or offended or triggered every time. He didn't care who it was. If you talking Jefferson, Cup, he didn't give Tyree, he didn't care who he was talking about. He used to get so offended at that because of that reason. He felt like he still was the best wide receiver, but he wasn't getting the proper due because of, what you just said.
Yeah. Well, the guys, the receivers in the league all give him his respect. Amon-Ra,
every receiver has him. Has as their number one.
Yeah. And JC, I don't know what you're waiting on, bro. You're missing tremendous programming.
Real quick, JC, because I don't want to spoil everything for you. The only thing I want to throw in there.
In one day.
Yeah, I don't want to say it. I'm just going to say this, JC. When you get to George Kittle, bro, you're going to be laughing the entire time. This man, they were talking about injuries, and he's on the sideline getting like a shot or whatever, and he looks at his trainer. Yeah, I really got fucked up on that last play.
Yeah, I've heard Kelsey and who was it? I think it was Kelsey and it was somebody else. I think Shannon Sharp. I think I was watching the other day, and they were talking about how his Kittle's personality.
You don't have to be a 49ers fan to like that guy.
I like.
I don't like that guy because he in my division. F all them.
I like both of the 49ers on the show, and I can clearly say that if I did not see the show, I would not feel that way about Debo and Kittle. But having seen it, I do like both of them now too, especially Debo. Debo's got the although he ain't married her yet. Go ahead and marry that girl, Debo. But Debo got the black wife. The black baby mama, and she be at the games and all that. Can't say the same for the other guys in the show. Shout out to Justin Jefferson. You ain't made that decision yet, but come on, Jefferson. Please find your sister, man. Please, man.
This man, Justin J, is hilarious.
To his credit, Amon-Ra, your girl is technically black, even though she looked like Drake. But at least at least she is a sister, though.
No, I was gonna say though,
I was a little disappointed.
I don't care about what anyone says about when it comes to Justin Jefferson. I thought he is one of the most purest dudes. The way he was on that, I
was disappointed, Dre, because he got hurt and really didn't get a chance to, do a lot in the
isn't
show.
That kind of funny? Remember? Did you see the part where when his mom said, "Did you come up with a new gritty?" And that's when he did the fake leg injury. And then the following week, he literally had an injured leg. Yeah.
My favorite celebration though was Amon-Ra when he did the shitty scene on Key and Peele. He did the Key and Peele. He did. He said, "I was really going to throw one more flag." And the ref came and told Dan Campbell, he was like, "Hey, if you did one more hip thrust, man, I was going to flag you." That's it. So Campbell was like, "Oh, okay, I'm glad." He was just below the line. He did. The ref like, "Yeah, you got to see it." That's all I can say, JP.
Yeah, got to see it. I got a whole list of podcast episodes, shows, all type of stuff. I put in my watch later memory bank.
Even Brett Favre
flight you going on, that would be when you going on the flight, JC?
Friday.
Oh, that's a little bit of a long time to wait to watch it, but it would be perfect.
No, I'll find some time to.
Like if you got an iPad or something, just download the whole season and watch it in the air. That you'll be fine. You'll stay up the whole flight.
Bro, this shit was hilarious too.
You bug around and be like, "Oh shit, we landed! God damn it! I wanted to see this last one." Yeah.
But no, I mean that's similar to like when I watch all these sports podcasts and like that. I watch it for moments of like hearing the game within the game type shit. That's the reason I have a fascination with that anyway for basketball and football. So
yeah,
I can imagine
at the start of the show
amongst those lines, but just more visual.
Then at the start of the show, fucking Brett Favre was talking, and then all of a sudden, one of the receivers like, "Hey, this is a receiver show."
That was Manny.
I mean Manny. Yeah, sorry, Manny.
And then Randy was like, "Ho, wait." Well, you know how Randy got that country twang. He like, "Hey, Peyton, ain't this a show about receivers?" Well, I'm gonna take it from here. Then, yeah. You gotta. I'm telling you, it's live.
Yeah, I got y'all.
I can't wait to see what position they gonna do next. What you think, Drake?
Man,
I would say the pass rusher. I would say pass.
I was about to say the next would be the pass rushers. Then after pass rushers, I think they would go DBs.
DBs, yeah.
Did they do a running back yet?
They're not gonna get a running backs no love, bro. I hope they do, but I see them as a
But bro, if the receivers talk like that, then you can only imagine what the defense be saying.
Yeah.
Especially, and if they're gonna do it, they gotta do it on Max Crosby because he be talking shit.
And listen, NFL. Let me say something to the NFL, JC. Your next line of revenue would be to have available a R-rated version of every Sunday's game. And what I mean is, let us hear what they be saying.
Yes.
Nah, they ain't gonna do that, Ragu. They ain't gonna do that. It's some stuff that you talking about effing with brands and endorsements and shit now. If you was to hear the they be saying up in there, you can't do
brands
that.
And endorsements don't.
You don't think they hear that spit when they be mic'd up, nigga? We don't hear it. They hear it.
Like when a dude score, we see them celebrating, man. But I would love to hear what they be saying, man. Because they be
hurt, but you can't pin down what they're saying.
In this show, they let you hear what they were saying,
and that's what spit like this is for. So,
like Ahmed Rob was like, he kept saying, "This is my crib." When he played against y'all, JC at SoFi, and they beat y'all.
Said that.
Yeah, you know he
that nigga on my hit list.
He from modern day and USC though. You know that.
I know he went to SC. Yeah.
And
he from here.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. I knew he went to SC though.
He came to the locker room and he was like, he said, "Fuck you talking about? This is my crib."
Yeah. And when he scored, he was like, "Man, they got me fucked up."
Yeah,
I do this.
That's tough talk for niggas that had to hold on Puka for that last play and get a 1-point win. But you know,
and they say
another conversation.
And then Justin with the him and his mom, bro. Mom's like, you gotta come with the new gritty if you score. She like going there and practice. Yeah, it's All right, you know what? All right, I'm gonna leave it alone. This is my last one. When the Niners needed Arizona, when they needed Arizona to beat Philly, they needed Arizona to beat the Eagles. Remember, they was watching on the sideline. They watching somebody's phone. They was like, "Get him, Kyler Murray."
That's crazy.
Hey, yeah, you got to see it, JC. I'm
George
telling you,
Kittle with his fuck Dallas.
That sound like the Niner fans when we was at SoFi the last game of the season a couple years ago, where I told you I guess the Niners needed to make the playoffs. I think it was watching the Cardinals game because I think the Cardinals needed to lose, or we just had to beat the Niners. It was something like that, and nigga, it was people watching the games for that reason or keeping up with the score at least.
Yeah, man. The Niner players was over there like, "Get his ass, get their ass, Kyler Murray."
And then fucking George Kittle.
I hate to rain on y'all parade, but we do got to get through the rest of these signings this week.
Yeah, let's. I knew we was.
EJC, you should have never said that at the beginning of the show.
I know. it always happens. Never fails. Cade for 224. Cade for 224.
Get comfortable.
5 years. And I guess it could be as much as far as incentive wise as 269.
That nigga better get comfortable. He in Detroit.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, get comfortable, man.
I respect it though. Go ahead and duke this out. See how it goes. You know,
but go get that money too at the same time.
Worst case scenario, right? Worst case scenario, you making your bread, and let the team figure it out. Now, I'm sure the losing stuff would probably. I know it takes a mental toll on you sometimes, but and
he's still young.
Yeah, exactly. He's young. You got to sign that first extension. You got to.
Somebody got to be the good player on the trash team, brother.
Yeah. You got to sign that first.
That's a thing. That's a thing. Somebody's got to be that guy.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. And honestly, though, and that was no disrespect towards Cade. I'm just saying, man.
There's worse things you could be, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a long 5 years.
And what's up with the Pistons anyway? They used to be
and their head coach has been to the finals. That's the.
They used to be what?
They used to be one of them chises, man, that competed for championships.
Nigga, they was.
Now they just like some also ran.
Nigga, they competed for championships during 2 different eras, and that was it.
They're like the Oakland A's.
They had the Isaiah. They had the team they built around Isaiah. So the 80s they was cracking,
and
then they had that 04, the 04 run where they had Sheed and all of them, and that was it. Them niggas ain't never been about nothing.
And also, you got to think.
So you just gonna discount that?
The Detroit Pistons.
But you said it like they've been one of the more
like a true Laker.
You said it like they've been one of the more like contending teams throughout the years. That was never, other than the 80s, that was never really a thing with them.
Well, I guess that's what I'm talking about.
You gotta look at it this way: the Pistons
and the 2001.
They had a one and done.
They're the A's of basketball right now.
I wouldn't go.
You know what, Dre? I don't know if you know how accurate that is, but that's about right. Because there was one time where the A's were the shit.
Mm-hmm. At one point.
But way before your time, we talk about Charlie Finley's A's.
We talk about
when Reggie Jackson played on the A's. They won 3 World Series.
Damn.
And then haven't heard from them since.
And then these last couple of years, bro, they've been losing 100 plus.
Yeah, you really haven't heard from them since. They had that one little Billy Ball era. But really, you ain't heard from them since.
Why did it look like you got your feet up on the at your workstation? You comfortable?
Look like he in the whip,
bro. Look
how you know that, JC? How you know that? Relax, JC. You talking too much.
Position and pause.
But nah, I just think that was a good signing. I mean, it was good for Detroit to keep him because they're definitely going to need him.
Good for Detroit. I mean, good for K too. Get your money, young fella.
Absolutely. And like I said, he's still young, and at some point, as he ages, as time goes on, after these 5 years, if he's ready for a championship and he knows the Pistons aren't there, he can probably go make that money.
And he'll still be young at the time. He'll still probably not even be. Probably be like 27 at the most, 27, 28 at the most.
It's a 5-year deal, right?
That's most players' prime nowadays when they get around that 30 mark.
Hell, DeMar just got 200. Almost. What did he get? 3 years. DeMar DeRozan at 34 years old.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't
got
get 100. He didn't get that. He got like 20. He got like 20 something years.
So JC, Cade Cunningham is 22 years old. Plus. So he'll be 27 after this. This deal.
So he'll be all right. Just hopefully it don't be like a Kemba Walker situation where take all them losing habits to winning teams and then phase yourself out the league.
And I was so happy when we had him on the Celtics low key. I thought he was really about to become Kimba, and that's not what we ultimately got.
Yeah, his best days were behind him. Miles Bridges, $76 million for 3 years.
Is that the excuse me for this? Is that the wife beater?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't care. Move on.
They let Kevin Porter back in the league too. I don't know if y'all seen that. He on the Clippers.
Yeah, I did. And I didn't mean to say wife beater, bro. I just had to be sure if that was really him. I didn't mean to.
Hey, we can move on. We got Wagner, the man who went 0 for 10 in the Game 7, signed for $224 for 5 years.
Golly.
I don't know if I want to hear what Ragu thinks about that.
You know, these deals are going to sound like bargains in this next go round. So like in 2 years, when these max contracts come, this shit's going to sound like chump change.
I'm waiting. You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for Luka to sign his foot. I know his foot is going to be like groundbreaking.
What does he do?
It's going to be a Patrick Mahomes type
I think
deal.
he got like, he signed one deal maybe 2 years ago for like 190 or some spit like that. So he might have like 2-3 years left.
Oh yeah, this shit gonna be.
Right around that time when them new CBAs kick in.
Yeah, man. 400. Get ready for it.
I'll say 5.
I'm gonna say the Patrick Mahomes.
I think it's gonna be Mahomes level.
Yeah. And he didn't even win the chip.
I don't know what the loophole was for Mahomes to get a 10-year deal, but I feel like Luka can get something similar.
When they do those deals like that, what they are, what they call them motherfuckers, it's really 7 years with 3 years of
options.
Not even options, just like whenever that 1 year go off the 7, they add so it stays at 7 for 3 years, and then in that 4th year, then you actually start counting 6.
So it wasn't an actual 10-year deal then,
right? Because in law in the United States, all collective bargaining contracts can only be 7 years.
Oh,
that's a law. That's a law. But what they do is if it's
somebody that's transcendent, like a Mahomes or Luka, they can make an exception. Or not an exception, but like they find the loophole of like, you're going to get this deal.
Yeah, it's really the language that they use. I bet you if you get to the core of it, the contract is for 7 years. But there are 3 rollover years added. You understand what I mean?
Gotcha.
So like soon as he plays 1 year, it rolls over to another year and continues to be a 7-year deal for those first 3 years. And then
are you talking about actual calendar years or seasons?
Season.
Okay.
Yeah, season.
I predict Luka getting 500.
And this is a whole nother shit. It's not sports related, but this is why
this
music industry is not what you think. It's not all what it's cracked up to be, because that is the only industry where it is 7 pieces of work, not 7 years. So, nigga, if you sign me, I gotta put out 7 albums.
Right.
Before I can get out from under you. Pause.
All right. Last but not least, Golden State made an official offer for Mike Lowry. I believe it was Moses Moody. It was somebody else who was like a throw-in, and 2 first-round picks, I believe. Utah declined and said, we want Moses Moody, Kuminga, The little light bright, I believe he a mixed breed. His Pod, however you pronounce his last name, and 2 first-round picks for if you want Larry. And
for who?
Larry Markkinen, Markkinen, or whatever his last name.
Oh, Markkinen. Okay, all right.
Laurie Markkinen, big ass shotgun, look like Laurie Markkinen.
You don't want to give up Kuminga if you're Golden State, but
you'll put a plug on that.
I would seriously think about it. I would seriously think about doing it.
And 2 first round.
That was some conviction. You said that was some conviction, Ragu.
Yeah, bro. The NBA first round picks are. Well, it's the language around the picks, though. They got the.
Is it unprotected? Is it protected?
Yeah, that part. That part would be important.
I wouldn't care what it is. You're not getting 2 first round picks and
let's be honest. You plan on going. You plan on going straight to the top, right? So the pick's gonna be trash, right? So if they unprotected, what does it matter?
Not if you know how to draft.
Not everyone knows how to draft, though, JC.
Go to state.
I'll take the trophies for those.
Well, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bob Myers Golden State knows how to draft. I don't know about this new Golden State era, but Bob Myers Golden State knew how to draft. Facts. Big facts. Derek White replaces Kawhi on the Olympic team.
Oh, goody. They got themselves an NBA champ.
They could have got a finals MVP and an NBA champ.
Nah, but he decided to did he not want to show up or something?
Nah, that ain't true.
Nah, nothing.
They just felt that. That was Olympics. Like that. That's the bullshit they tried to put out. Jalen said that was bullshit. He wanted to play, and he told them, "I'm available if y'all want me to play."
Yeah, okay. No, I wasn't saying that in terms of like making fun of him. I was making sure, like, was that true? Was that?
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying he was making fun of him. I was saying that to say that was bullshit.
Let me say something about this young fella, man. Even though he's a Celtic, let's make sure
also a Celtics fan
that we always keep it 100 about him, because I think some bullshit is coming. You know how they go. You know how they do.
So, in other words, you know,
are you saying protect Jalen at all costs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Make sure that we keeping it 100 when it comes to him. I mean, no type of going off of no shit that they saying, right?
They came out immediately and put that out, saying that Jalen didn't want to be involved, and he came back and combated it immediately.
Yeah,
I'm like, wow, like y'all really was like playing in our face blatantly.
Let's make sure, bro, that we, you know what I mean? Because they about to, he's not, I guess they didn't know what they thought he was, but now he didn't got the money and all that, man. You know, let's just make sure we keep it 100 and don't let no type of stories manifest on our platforms about him, because I'm thinking that they're gonna try to smut his name over the years. You know, we could even, and he's gonna be really smart about this, but we, you know, even to like a Kyrie type of thing happening to this kid. So they're gonna try to scrutinize everything he say and all that. That's why trip off how he talk. He speaks very slowly and calculated, almost thinking about every fucking syllable that he's saying, because he wants to get his point across and still
right. You gotta be smart about it to where you don't ostracize yourself to a point where you ain't gonna be no good to nobody anyway. You gotta play the game.
Did y'all catch the shit he said about surveillance in social media?
About who?
Social media and surveillance.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, bro, y'all gotta find it. They might have scrubbed it.
Wait,
they might have scrubbed it.
You still remember?
Bro, he said that social media is used to monitor and surveil pro athletes, bro. That shit keeps them in check.
I think I do remember that.
Yep.
Keeps them in check.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because you don't want to post anything, right? Look at Kyrie.
Yeah.
Look at Kanye.
I barely see him post.
That nigga posted a link.
And damn near lost his career. You see what I'm saying? That's how they control. And here's what we can't underestimate because we don't go through it. The training and shit they get about media
training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Then you couple that with the social media. Right? So really, bro, you shouldn't even have no accounts. If any youngsters, and I know that you get them early, but if you plan on playing pro sports,
get rid of it.
Unplug from social media until after you're done playing. Do yourself a favor. Don't get no footprint.
They will find one little thing and then they will take that and run with it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad because, and I don't mean this in because, we don't go through it like they do, but man, that must be crazy to think like when some random just follows you and you just sit there and you're like, how the fuck my account be popping up? I don't follow these people. Like, they literally will get scrutinized for the littlest thing they'll do. They find something to stick their teeth in, and you're done.
Yeah,
like that whole John Morant situation. I know he did it to himself, but out of all,
that's a classic. But that's a classic example of the surveillance, right?
Like you want to really post that on. You really wanted to post it on Instagram when the whole fucking world can see what you're doing.
Yeah, man. It's
social media is made.
That's the classic example right there, Dre.
Social media is made to tear you down.
It's meant to surveil your ass too, brother.
Yep.
Pause.
And they will watch you like a hawk. If you're a pro athlete, bro, they will. Real quick. I was watching this little Netflix series a year or so ago, and it was what was it called? I think it was called The Ballers with The Rock. Just the way they were, if you were a star talent, he was in a bar and the dude got mad at him and he was trying to make him mad, and once the player socked him, my dad was like, "There goes a lawsuit. That's what he wanted you to do."
Yeah. Last but not least, we got Buddy Hield to go to State, $21 million for 2 years. We went from Splash Brothers to Splash Buddies.
Splash Buddies.
You thought that on?
Did you come up with that on your own, JC?
Yeah, that's what
that was I don't remember who, but it was somebody on ESPN when I was one of them Jump or Get Up, one of them spits when they were talking about the signings around the league.
And Buddy Hield it was this season. Correct me if I'm wrong, but from this season he shot pretty good from 3-point.
He shot really good.
Just wanted to double check. I just didn't want to go out and just spew nothing. I saw a few of his games.
I didn't mention him on the last show, did I?
I don't think you did.
I don't think that.
Or if you did, we didn't have time to really go over it.
Okay.
That's a good
what do y'all think about Golden State's team as constructed right now?
Yeah, nothing. They're gonna be able to shoot. They're gonna be able to shoot well. I think we'll see. I think they got a little worse on defense.
Who? Buddy Hield?
Yeah, that was a close. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Jerry, I apologize every time at the start of the show when I do that, man. I don't know. Like every time I think like, all right, it ain't much here on my notes. Somehow that still turns into a long thing.
Oh, look at it like this.
Mercy.
Look at it like this. Pause, JC. You said.
Yeah, you got delayed.
He just caught it.
Wow.
I might have to edit that.
God damn it! Because of you.
Nah, you gotta leave it in there. You gotta leave it in there.
Pause.
Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say now. Damn it! Why?
I know. Yeah, my bad.
I was just gonna say, honestly, the way when you say it's not gonna be a long show, the way I be saying Jesus Christ is the way you. That's how it feels when we're on the show and you say the way you it's just reactionary. As soon as you get on the show, no, we don't have much to do.
Now, I be trying to brace myself, but I be forgetting that I got so much sports brilliance and encyclopedias and shit. Ain't no telling where this shit can go. So I'll be forgetting.
And that's exactly what happens.
But I don't want to depend on something that isn't there. You know what I mean? So I try to take it easy. But regardless, I'm happy to be with my brothers, however long it is. Thank y'all for pulling up. Make sure y'all subscribe or follow us on whatever your major podcast platform is, and just type in All Grind Sports Show. You can find the video footage at YouTube, All Grind Sports Show. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the Follow from Burners. Make sure you check out my guy Sports Junkie on his blog.
Which you can find on YouTube and Google. AndreLakes.blogspot.com.
There you go. Be safe out there, y'all, with the college football spit. Don't lose your jobs and none of that spit like that. Trying to film that spit all night. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Get all excited just
thinking about it. Shouts out to my brother Isaiah. Hopefully we have him back soon. Go Lakers. Go Rams.
Get off the game.
Go Dodgers. Go Sparks. Peace.
Go Celtics.
Peace.